Hello and welcome everyone to Have Dice Will Save, the Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure where me and my 4 friends hate snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? So we are back doing Fall of Plaguestone, episode 6 now, and should be a fun episode this time. They're investigating evil, corrupted caves. The best thing to investigate. I believe before we start, though, we should probably give a quick shout-out to a group that is doing something just that we think is really awesome and just want to give some attention to, called Shelter in Play. They are a group of game designers who have banded together to create a collection of various tabletop game systems and rules and whatnot in order to raise money and support for, I believe, Child's Play, Dave?
Child's Play and Extra Life.
And Extra Life. Dave has a bit more information on it. Maybe you can regale us with the story.
It's 17 independent tabletop game developers have put together a bundle of various products they have worked on that are designed specifically for being family friendly and accessible to fairly young children. It's meant to give families a chance to bond and introduce their kids to tabletop gaming during this time of fun isolation. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. I'm definitely checking it out. I think everybody else should check it out, and it supports a couple of good causes. And, it's work by some people who have dedicated their lives to this hobby we all enjoy. So check it out. We've got a link down in our description below for you.
And one of the games in it is a game called Power Outage, which we have played. It's up on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Yeah. And it is a blast. We had a lot of fun playing that game.
Raised heck.
Yes, the whole concept being essentially a Young Justice or Teen Titans or kind of take on superheroing with like basically little kid superheroes. And it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I can say that at least one of the things that we did was super fun in it, and I'm imagining the rest are just as amazing. So
yeah, there's a couple others in there that I've taken a look at, and some of them are fantastic. So I mean, all in all, it's going to be a great set of products, and it's a value of something like $180 for $10. So you literally can't go wrong with this. I know I sound like I'm on the Home Shopping Network or something, but seriously, just spend $10.
I bought it a couple weeks ago. It is full of so much fun stuff. Like, there are things that I had never even heard of before, but look amazing.
And it's a chance to get some eyes on the indie side of our hobby, which is always good, because outside of your Wizards of the Coast and your Paizo and whatnot, and whoever makes Shadowrun, I literally don't know. But there's hundreds of individuals who are spending all their time and energy trying to make this industry better, and they make some fantastic stuff.
So yeah, that's a thing everyone should check out. But I think in the meantime, we're about ready to get started, I think, right?
Yes, indeed.
So why doesn't everyone take a deep breath? And here we go. All right. So, when last we left off, you had met up with the Ranger Nawala, who had confronted you and informed you about a blight that had been infecting the forests around this area, causing the wildlife to become more aggressive and more dangerous than it had been in years past. Makes sense, considering that you had been attacked by much of said wildlife while on fairly routine things.
Been attacked by literally everything.
Basically everything you saw tried to kill you. After taking out Halid and learning that the mysterious V, who was apparently sponsoring him, could possibly be Villery, the daughter of a supposed witch who had brought the plague to Plaguestone, at least according to the townsfolk.
Also, that Halid did indeed had very big knives.
He did, in fact, have very big knives. But
Such big knives.
you helped Nawala get rid of some wolf corpses that you had taken care of on the way in, and also agreed to help her attempt to see if she can't clear out some of the rest of the blight, as it seems to probably be connected to whatever is going on and whoever it was that killed poor Bort. Your initial assignment to uncover the mystery behind his death. So,
Which just keeps adding layers. It was the goblin, but he was working for Halid, but Halid was working for V. But V was working for Asmodeus?
She was working for the plague the whole time.
the plague itself.
It gained sentience.
Look, this is Pathfinder. That shit just happens.
Yeah, true.
All right. So, let's say we can start at the next morning. You wake up and are led by Nawala into the woods. So you meet just outside of town around the site of the wolf ambush. Nawala is waiting there for you. Once everyone is all together, she says that, she stands up, starts to talk. Well, I would like to lead you into the woods. It's over this way. Follow me. I'll take you straight to where I think one of the bigger concentrations of blight is. Heads over.
I'm just gonna start pulling out my weapons preemptively.
So, sometime over the last few days, I have mended the horrible wolf tears in my traveling cloak, and I'm now wearing it again because I am absolutely not going into the woods unless I, look like someone who should be in the woods.
Sure.
Cowrick absolutely does not look like somebody who should be in the woods.
Would you have found someone to sew it for you, or did you try to sew it yourself?
I mean, either is fine. If there's someone around to sew a couple of tears in a,
There absolutely would have been. Yeah, if you wanted to ask around, you could have found someone that would have gladly sewed up your cloak for you in a reasonable fashion. It's not uncommon to have small tears and stuff in clothing, and you have people that know how to fix it. So,
Hey, we're saving your town. Fix my cloak.
Yeah.
and they're
Make me look fashionable while traipsing through the woods.
But you walk through the woods for a little while. Doesn't take too long. This looks like this site is fairly close by. But as you are wandering up to the site, you notice that the area is starting to get a little stranger. Probably takes about 3 hours before you start to notice the first, real changes. And you see that the presence of rot is increasing kind of every step you take. It starts off fairly slight. Plants are kind of a sickly shade of green, spots of brown around, but fairly soon the forest starts to smell of sweet rot, and the trees look entirely unhealthy, their bark peeling off in sticky black strips. Every
Yep, that looks healthy.
getting worse and worse as you go on. Noala eventually slows down to a slight stop with looks like it's some kind of small clearing a little ways up ahead. This is where those wolves came from, I'm sure of it. Somewhere ahead is their den, but I will leave that for you to explore. If you need my help, I'll be out here. I'm going to set up snares and traps around in the surrounding woods. Make sure nothing gets out of this rotten copse.
That's a good plan. I'm just going to float this. Is burn it all an option? Because it really seems like that might be the best way to go with this.
Unfortunately, I think that without a little bit more of investigation, we won't know if burning it would get rid of the problem, and we also don't want to set the whole forest on fire.
Forests grow back.
She just
It's a
kind
fair
of
point,
glares
there.
at you.
No, that's a natural process of how these things work.
Then we'll let it happen naturally and not burn the forest down.
This points to the rot. Doesn't look very natural.
Which
In
is
any
why
case,
we
it's
went to
fair-
figure out
fair
what's going
point.
on and then burn it strategically.
I
All right.
was
Fair enough.
Don't worry,
throwing it out
burning will be involved.
there. I would think.
Just not wantonly. We are in the middle of the woods. Trying to protect this, not kill it all.
Well, let's have at it then.
Excellent. I shall get to work setting up snares so nothing escapes. And she wanders off and disappears into the woods.
Mm-hmm. Well, this should be fun.
Everybody make sure your crossbows are loaded. I
There's
guess we'll go
a
find out what's in there.
Trail leading down into the kind of open clearing. The ground is soft and squelches underfoot as you walk due to all of the sticky runoff from all the dying plants.
Gross.
The area has a lot of kind of tall trees, but very little underbrush around. And as you continue on, you end up at the base of a truly titanic tree. Under its roots, it looks like there's some kind of small cave you think you can see, but you can't really see into it or tell much about it from this distance. And I
So would setting that on fire count as strategic?
will move you to here. I think we can probably go to the map.
Yeah.
The
It's a map. So this. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. So the tree has an entrance to a cave carved into it. Fantastic. Well.
I would like to roll a nature check. Kalric wants to move forward up towards the tree and start looking for
Okay.
signs of things coming and going from it.
As you start to walk forward, could you roll me a perception check?
I can. 20. Non-natural.
Okay. You notice that in the middle of those 3 bushes there,
Mhm.
it seems to be some kind of small wolf carcass. But the only thing strange about that is that the plants seem to have weird kind of tendrils that seem to have wrapped around the corpse.
Gross.
So stay away from those.
All plant life.
Those, specifically those 3. Those are not good.
Huh.
Don't know how they're not good, but they're not good.
Fair, I suppose. Maybe strategic burning in that particular instance.
I'm down for strategic burning, or
Okay.
non-strategic burning, or burning.
I will attempt strategic burning of tendril plants.
All right.
Bombs?
Well, you should have
Bombs are
control
alright,
of your characters. Move to where you will be standing when you attempt to burn.
Well,
Range of
where is
30
it that he saw these things?
I'm assuming it's these guys, right?
Yes, the 3 bushes.
Yeah.
Oh, in the middle.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got a 30-foot range, so
Yep.
I'm standing right the fuck where I am and throwing it at that front bush.
All right. You throw it at that front bush. Now, roll me an attack.
I will do that. A lot. 24.
Jeez.
Okay. Yep, that hits. You hit the bush. Roll me some damage.
Do I need
See what it
damage
does.
for that? Okay. 7 points of fur damage.
Okay.
I was actually 23. If it makes any difference, I did the math wrong.
That's fine.
I didn't think it would make a difference, but I felt it was important to mention it.
Okay. So as you summon this orb of fire and toss it into the bush, when you hit it, instead of just, being hit and starting to burn like you'd expect from a plant, it starts to violently thrash and seems to suddenly stir to life.
So I'm going to declare the wooded hollow as the rotting woods as
Sure
the
thing.
nature of my investigation.
Yep.
And I would like to roll a nature check to try and identify what the hell this thing is. That looks great.
That is
Roll to assist.
sure. You can
No need. Don't worry about it.
at the moment roll me initiative.
Oh, I can roll. I can use my nature check as my initiative roll because
That's true. Whatever you were doing beforehand. Can I roll an indignation check for my name?
Just so people can have a good idea of what you're looking at. It's that thing.
you roll your attack roll as your initiative.
You're looking at that thing.
I didn't want to know.
Now you know.
Blessed. Okay. I don't even know. I guess we'll stick with normal perception. That's not bad.
Uh-oh, indeed, Recariture. Uh-oh, indeed.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
All right. So, tell me your perceptions.
I am at a
Initiatives.
17.
Rocking
18.
Rocking a clean 25.
You were... I'm sorry, can you... Slow down a little bit. You were 17, you said?
I was 17.
And Morgan,
Sprenya-
you were 18?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And, what were you, Leandra?
23.
23, okay. And Calric?
26.
All right, so it goes Calric. Look at everyone having good rolls.
The last ones of the game, we assure you.
It's generally how this goes. We do really well at the beginning of the fight, and then don't do anything for the rest of the fight.
Like you do. Yeah. Yeah.
But you've given plants to the fire sorcerer, so I think we're in decent shape for that part at least.
That is true. It definitely did not like being hit by a fireball.
Uh-huh.
It definitely seemed to be dissatisfied with that outcome.
That outcome, yes. I would think it would be. I mean, even if it weren't weak to fire, it would probably be dissatisfied with the addition of fireballs to its life.
Leandra, what did you roll, Leandra?
23.
Okay. And what did you roll, Al?
17. So,
Okay. All right.
despite the fact that I got a very solid roll, I'm last in our party.
So,
Well, kind of you want to be behind Leandra and Calric just because of the buffs.
You're not wrong.
oh, also, our stat blocks aren't updated, are they?
Yes, I know.
well.
I realized that, but we'll
Deal with
do that on the
yeah.
break.
So what are
I
your
have
what
the
are
new
your
ones.
healths? What health is your max health? Let's put that down now.
20 something. 24.
24.
24, 24,
26.
26,
Also 26.
and 26. Okay, cool. Now, we will start with Calric. The bushes have stirred and are seeming to thrash about.
So I have a nature check to figure out what they are.
Sure thing.
And that is a 24.
Okay. You have heard of these. You've seen articles and such on something called a bloodlash bush. They are, they're pretty nasty creatures, and they are not fun to deal with. They are able to just they're mostly thought of as ambush predators. Tend to kind of lie in wait, waiting for something comes close, and then they try and strike. But they're certainly more than capable of handling their own if it comes out. Usually thought to basically be signs of horrible corruption in fauna that give birth to these kinds of monsters.
So not generally naturally occurring.
Not so much. Naturally being, somewhat subjective when magic is a part of the natural world, but certainly aren't just like, normal things.
Cool.
Like, for example, that they can in fact move, and they're not great for a lot of traditional kinds of weapons, but don't like fire much.
Good to know.
So I will pass on that information to my buddies, along with a +1 to hit. And I guess I'll pull out my bow.
Okay. You already had it out because you...
I had my sword out because I assumed I was going to be stabbing something.
Okay. So you put your sword away and pull up bow. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then it is Leandra's turn.
All right. I will cast Bless.
All right.
Get those +1s a stacking.
And I will also spend a move, if I can do this right now, to increase the radius.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So you increase the radius of your bless by 1. All right. It is now that one of the bushes back here starts to thrash wildly.
They're going to move out of their perfect burning hands formation.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You mean you're not going to let me run in and get myself killed by being the frontline sorcerer?
They can move. Now regretting having put my sword away.
So this bush will squiggle its way forward as its vines and roots seem to kind of drag it along the ground, and a tendril spikes out at you, Sprenya, being the closest one, after all.
Sure.
You need to make a reflex save. So
Most likely not going to make it.
Oh no.
What is the actual number of said save?
17?
All right, you just barely make it.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure they have worded some of these abilities very weirdly. Yeah, so you manage to you see it kind of like its tendrils kind of spring out at you real quick, and you manage to just barely twitch yourself out of the way as they whiz by you, missing.
Do I manage to spring out of the way?
You do,
Yes.
and it is now Sprenya. It's your turn.
I'm gonna acid splash that asshole.
Okay. You gotta make me a roll, right?
No, I am. I'm on push to talk. Trying to figure out what my...
It should be.
Oh, it's +4. So 17.
Yeah.
17 will hit. Roll damage.
Yes. Four damage.
Yeah, buddy.
4 damage, you said?
Yes.
All right. You have one more action.
Wait, why do I only have 2?
Because as the
Asbash
splash
takes
two
2
actions.
actions to cast.
I forgot about that. Then I'll shoot it with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
Already have it out. Yeah, it's gonna hit. Because I rolled a 19. I rolled a natural 19.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well,
that's a...
so how much is the total? Because it's at -5, right?
Why would
Yeah.
it be -5?
Because it's your
Because it's
second
their
attack.
second attack of the round.
Okay. Then a 21.
Okay, that does hit. Roll damage.
Another 4 points of damage.
Okay. You manage to aim and you hit it right directly in center of mass, but your bolt seems to just kind of, I mean, it's a bush. It seems to hit it as you would hit a bush with a crossbow. Some leaves go with it as it, whistles through its tangled vines and limbs.
Coming for you, Bush.
The bush seems
Damn.
unfazed.
Bush it,
It
it's
will
scared.
fail.
Al.
It will.
Okay, let's see if these things have attacks of opportunity. I'm gonna move forward. Oh, I don't have to tell you. I can just do it myself.
I changed
Ta-ta.
it.
Yeah, let's see if it hits me.
It does not.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna Burning Hands,
Okay.
which should hit these front two, and they have to make reflex saves.
Okay, then. They will.
Well, good. I hope they do.
What's the target?
I mean, I hope they don't. 18, I believe.
Okay. The one up front does, you manage to go and do a big blast of fire. The one up front manages, gets hit full on by it. It tries to kind of dart, out of the way a bit, but just not, it's right there. So you manage to get right on it. But the one behind it kind of sees it coming and manages to kind of shy away from the worst of it.
Duck its little leafy self down. Okay, so that's 9 to the front and 4 to the back.
Okay.
Plus whatever weakness they
Sure.
may or may not have.
So that's 9 to the front one and 4 to the back
Yeah.
one.
Get fucked, Bush.
9
My
And
computer monitor
four
seems to be
to the
rapidly
back.
oscillating in brightness.
Unfortunately.
They do not like that. They are sizzling.
Interestingly, that was the goal.
They definitely are sizzling pretty badly. I mean, some of the smaller kind of kindling has lit a bit, and it just smells like evaporated rot.
Also, weirdly, the goal.
Yeah, it now the next bush starts to wiggle its way over. Get right there.
Mm-hmm.
Where it will
Now I
then
get fucked.
lash out at you. Yes. It lashes out to strike at you with some of its vines.
I almost a reflex saving answer.
No.
Oh, okay. It's just attacking me like
yes.
a normal bush.
In fact,
I mean,
Morgan should have also just been attacked, but I was stupid. So.
okay. Well, fine.
Yeah, stupidity.
Yeah, that's a 23 to hit you.
That does in fact hit me. Sadly, I do not have an AC of 23 at level 2.
So you take 9 damage,
Neat.
and you also, as it lashes out and strikes you, it seems to have some kind of like thorny abrasions throughout it, which slash you pretty badly, causing 1 persistent bleed damage.
Oh, okay.
It's this
But did
terrible-
it tear my traveling cloak?
It did not. It just tore your sleeve.
That's fine.
So yeah, it strikes out and slashes you. And that's its turn.
Okay. It doesn't have a third action?
It does. It just had to use 2 move actions to get up to you.
Oh, it doesn't have a super fast move speed. I'm so used to monsters moving
Right?
like 80 feet a turn.
Nope, these are bushes. They're slow.
These are bushes. Fair enough.
They are
As it turns out, bushes are not fast.
And
Well, this
now
title-
Just did.
the final bush will go here.
And fuck me harder? Cool.
Well, it's actually, Dave, make a reflex save.
Okay. That's a 25.
That succeeds. You get out of the way as it strikes out with its vines, trying to kind of lash onto your cuts.
Oh, it's gonna drink my blood? Fantastic.
All
These
right.
things are just charming.
That's
I sort of duck out of the way. I'm like, I just got this fixed.
Maybe you should have left it behind.
Calic, it is your turn to give him fashion advice.
You have no respect for what it is to be a fashionable gentleman in the woods.
I will pull out a dagger, and I will slash out at the plant in front of me. Oh, actually, first I'm going to identify it. Then I'm going to pull out a dagger, and then I will slash out.
Okay.
So I identify it, because that's over 20. That's not great. I wish these rolls were reversed. The attack roll is +7. 13.
13 does not quite hit it. You slash out at the bush, but you only manage to kind of clip some of its leaves. You can't quite get a good read on where you need to cut to
Unfortunate.
actually damage it. You have 2 more actions.
No, that's it.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Identify,
Well,
pull out,
I-
because you had your bow out. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Although yeah.
In that case, it is Leandra's turn.
All right. I will. I think I will. attempt to chill touch the bush in front.
Okay. That's a... Is that a save for me?
Fortitude saving throw, yeah.
Okay.
I do have to say.
It critically succeeds, so...
Oh, no.
Okay.
You do have to say.
It,
Oh,
does not care about
I'm
gold.
I am not sad to see the melee touch attack for spells go away. That was a good thing not to bring over from first edition.
You are
will
able to touch
also-
things, you don't need to roll for it.
Cast shield.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Cool, cool. In that case, it is the bush's turn. That front bush will slash out at you, Dave.
Sure it will.
And that's a 28.
That hits. That in fact critically hits.
All right. In which case, does...
We're so doomed.
Well, I'm doomed. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Yeah, I think that's enough to drop you.
What?
I'm at 15, so
Yeah, he's already been hit.
yes.
Oh.
It slashes out and wham! Smacks right against you. Causing more cuts, and it just manages to slam all down the front of your clothing, slashing it terribly, and causing you to start bleeding profusely.
Uh-huh.
It will then spend two
Yeah, I
actions.
do have bleeding damage on. That's nice.
It will then spend 2 actions to slap onto your wounds as it wraps its tentacles all around you and starts to kind of drink the blood that's bleeding out of your wounds, seeming to, some of the fires kind of die down a bit as it does so.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Does that inflict the drained condition? Does that do damage?
It does damage.
Okay, that's wounded 2.
So now, Sprenya, your turn.
See, this is why I wish, most of my things didn't have splash damage.
As it turns out, your bombs do not.
Your bombs can selectively have splash damage because you are a bomber.
Yes, bomber alchemists do not hurt their friends. We did some reading on alchemy
Yes.
since last game.
Yes.
We've learned how alchemists work now, and it
Yeah.
turns out
The
bomber
only-
alchemists can choose not to do splash damage to their allies.
So that means this whole time
So
it's
this means
been
this whole
a
time
choice.
she has not actually. It means that Morgan has been intentionally hurting all of her friends, as is normal for her. So.
Well, that's why I majored in social work, so I could learn how to hurt people personally.
So if you hit them with your fire bombs, they don't like fire, and your Al won't be hit.
Yeah, I will hit them with fire bombs.
Okay.
Fire bombs from the sky.
No, it all has a tile splash range too, so you can see if you can aim it to hit all 3 of them.
So would I be able to actually throw one at Al and not actually do damage to him?
You can
throw one at
if
that
you-
front one. You can throw one at that
Yeah,
front
if you
one.
hit,
Oh.
And that is
Okay.
they are both diagonal, so they will get hit.
yeah, they're still adjacent,
Okay.
so they do get splashed, and that means you can do actual damage to the front one.
That is a 20.
Do you know how many
Not
bombs
nat-
you prepared this morning, by the way? Just keep track of that for yourself.
I have full. I'm full.
Okay.
Right, which from what we've talked about in the past should be 6 bombs plus 2
Yeah.
flex slots. I think.
6 bombs,
Yeah.
2 flex shots? Okay. So did you roll to hit that?
Yeah.
Well,
I got a 20.
20 will hit.
Yes.
Roll damage. For an alchemist fire.
Can I spend a hero point to reroll damage?
That works.
I don't think it's worth it. They're with a weakness to fire. That's going to deal quite a bit of damage, anyways. So
I rolled a 1, guys.
that's fine.
Yeah.
They're still probably taking
Still
like
worth damage.
5 or something.
Okay.
And remember, bless is up, so you get a +1.
Not to damage.
Not to damage.
just to attack.
Oh, you're right, not to damage.
Okay, so you nail it, and it lands kind of. You get a really good throw. It lands right in the bush. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bush that isn't necessarily like living monster being, but it still really doesn't like that. Neither do either of its friends. They really don't like it either.
Well, I'll keep doing it. Then.
As a bunch of fire washes over all of them. Though with your specific technique, you managed to get it to kind of bloom outwards around Al.
You use the plant to block the.
He bank shot it like under the bush.
And yeah, they
I'm
are
inside.
not happy. Not looking
So I'm
great.
gonna throw another one.
Okay. Same
I'll
target.
throw another one. Yes. And this is a -5, right?
Correct. Although it will
Yes.
splash damage either way, so it doesn't matter that much.
And you also get +2 to this roll from.
Correct.
So
Sources.
that's a 21 to hit.
20 what to hit?
Well, 22. 22.
22
With,
to hit. That hits. Well, so and that's with the -5 would be a 17, which was
Fucking
7.
is.
What?
Yes, it is.
That's after the -5.
that's
So
after
after
the-
the
I rolled a natural 19, you guys.
Yeah,
All
but
right. Yeah, that hits.
And then, son of a bitch, that's another 1. What the fuck?
it's fine. Let the weakness do the work. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Well, they still all get boom exploded as fire washes over all of them. Doesn't seem to be working quite as well now that you've kind of got your technique down to not hit your allies with splash damage. You're still working on getting it to do damage to, the main thing, but it's okay. Fire works like magic on these. They are...
I'm sorry, guys. Unless I'm hurting my friends, my heart's not in it.
Very specific interests.
They're looking very, very beat up. You have one more action.
And I'm gonna try to throw another one and see if I can repeat.
less damage overall.
That's a 15.
That will not hit.
Did you include the +2
Wait,
From
Wait.
Blessed and
from
Cal-
Blessed and Calrix?
wait. I'm sorry.
Math.
Math.
It's minus. Alright, so it's -10. So I rolled a 17. The -10 is 7.
Yeah, so it's too low. Oh wait, yeah.
plus,
Plus another 7 from my thing.
so that's 14, so
14.
16.
16. Yeah.
All right, that will just hit.
Yeah.
Oh, buff team is good.
Yeah.
I may not have done anything else this
I
encounter.
got a 4. I got a 4.
We got actual damage, boys.
Every
As-
time is the jar.
This time you throw it at the things. It's flailing around, clearly distressed by, being on fire. And you manage to land it directly in the center, right where kind of like the stump would be. And it just goes up like a bonfire. And as it explodes out, one of the other ones also seems to just kind of just completely ignite and just collapse into a pile of burning charcoal. There is only one bush left that seems very unhappy with the direction things are going. But is
That took a
looking
turn.
considerably less on fire than its others, which are, completely.
100% on fire.
Al, make me
Higher
a
than-
saving throw.
Oh yeah, I get moved to the top of the round.
No, you're just coming for Sprenya.
Either way, I'm next. Yeah.
Well, a bush is next.
Nope.
You are dying 3.
I failed the flat check and. Whoops. I take 1 bleeding and die.
What?
I was bleeding.
Oh no.
So in that case, I should say, do you go to top of round? Because there is a bush that comes next. And that might change things.
It wouldn't change anything. There's nobody to heal me between me and my
Hero
turn either
point.
way.
Hero point.
Oh yeah, I can.
would say
I
probably
can
want
spend.
a
I will
hero
spend
point
my
that.
player points to stabilize.
Yep.
I forgot.
There we go. So you stabilize.
Actually, wait. No, that doesn't work.
Sure it does.
Actually, can I also
No, because I stabilize, take the bleed damage, immediately go from wounded 3 to dying 3, take the bleed damage, go to dying 4, and die.
No, you
So
don't
what
take the
about
bleed
this?
damage once. You are currently at dying 2.
Yes. Okay. So I can go to dying 3 instead. I can go from dying 2 to wounded 2 by spending the hero point.
Yes.
Then take the bleed damage
And you'll be
go to dying
What-
3.
What about this? How about I spend a player point to let me act now? Just take one
Well,
act,
he
one of my
will be
actions.
at dying
It's
3,
fine.
but then he gets
With
an
this-
entire round of people that can heal him.
Yes.
Oh,
This method allows people to heal me so that I do not immediately die.
He is bleeding very profusely on the ground in front of you.
Yes.
He seems to still have some rattling breaths left, but it's they're getting shallower.
He's
In the
not
meantime,
looking good.
this vine does not like you, Mad Bomber person. And it is going to try and whip you with its vines. And it
Don't
does with
threaten
a
me
nat
with a
20.
gun.
Oh god. Oh,
Srenya,
We got through all of this to die to bushes.
you take 16 damage, Srenya.
Holy crap! Healer guy's gonna be busy this turn.
Fortunately, you're already adjacent to both of us.
All right. And it is then going to make a reflex save. As you start bleeding as well. Make a reflex save. Morgan,
I am fine.
what'd you roll?
27.
Yeah, that
Damn.
will make it. You managed to easily dodge out of the way as this thing tries to latch onto your wounds. And that is its turn.
Ah!
Your rolls
Calric.
have been on fire this combat.
Calric,
Hey, guess what?
there's a bush and there's a bleeding guy.
I get to heal people automatically now because I have assurance in medicine.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Bandage them
So that-
wounds.
So that you can't accidentally critically miss me and kill me.
Just kill him,
Exactly.
right?
How would you like to have 14 HP?
I
Wow.
would very much enjoy that. Thank you.
And Sprenya, you may have 11 of the HPs.
Yay.
And then I will roll a first aid check to... Can I do that? I'll do research on that later. Instead, I will just do a nature check to re-identify it and give everybody a +1.
Make the check.
It's over 20.
All right. Then make the check.
Y'all get them +1. And then I'll look up the first aid thing, and that's my turn.
Okay. It is now Leandra's turn.
Okay, how is everyone still looking health-wise?
Alive. Which is better than I was looking a minute ago.
Okie doke then. I think I will be.
I'm looking at about half health, which is
Okay.
fine for the moment.
Give me a second, I need to get my path builder up to cooperate. Alright, I think I am going to try to chill touch this bush.
Okay, and we'll try to make a fortitude save. That is a 21.
That will save.
Yep. 18 is the DC.
Okay.
But
Does
it still takes
still takes half?
1d4 of damage.
Takes
So
one.
let me...
It still takes half damage. Right?
1d4, half of half.
Yeah.
1d4.
2, so it takes 1 damage.
All right.
Gets frosty leaves.
And I will renew my shield cast, and that's my roll.
Okay. Sprenya. Tis your
Keep
turn.
throwing bombs.
You can throw a bomb at it.
Yes. Wait, I want to make sure. Because I had 6 bombs.
You spent
I threw
2.
3 my last turn.
You've thrown 3.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Might just want to acid splash.
you
it.
could just acid splash it. Actually, acid splash you can't not hit us with, but you could theoretically aim an acid splash like behind it specifically.
You
To
could
just hit
acid
with
splash to
splash
hit
damage.
it with the splash damage.
Right. Or you could just shoot it with a crossbow. I mean, theoretically that will do some damage, unless the resistance is like stupid high.
I'm gonna try another bomb. I'm gonna see how this goes, guys.
All right.
Let's see how this goes. Wish me luck.
Well, now that I know that you can't hit me, you can have luck.
Hey guys.
Uh huh.
It's a nat 20.
Nice.
All right. You crit the damn thing.
You super kill the bush.
Roll damage.
Eat nature. It's a 2 damage.
Eat,
So 4.
Eat shit, bush. Oh no, wait, that's fertilizer. Damn. So how much damage did you do?
I rolled a 2, and that's 4. 4.
Yes. Plus it's weak.
So 4 damage.
Yes.
All right. As you take this bomb and just smash it right onto it, you manage to get a really good hit, and it just flares up right over it, lighting it on fire and just burning the whole thing. It is very unhappy. It is
Oh, it's
thrashing
still alive.
around,
Alive.
Is it not
twitching.
dead?
And Al, it's your turn.
Wait. Why?
Oh yeah, no, that's right. You have a.
I have
have
2 more turns.
2 more
left.
actions. Yes.
Well, 2 more actions.
After all the discussion of the acid splash, I somehow was thinking 2 actions, acid splash, and then that got me thrown off. Yes.
I mean, should I try an acid splash to finish it off?
You could
It's worth a
try
shot.
if you want. You will hit
I mean,
yourself, Leon,
can-
and Al.
well,
Well, then
can she choose to miss and just deal the splash
Yes,
damage?
it would deal 1 splash damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Alright.
You don't need to roll to intentionally miss. You can hit it within a 5-foot square. That is not something that you can. You're not going to miss so badly it lands in another square.
Unless she critically misses.
Yeah, roll a 1. If you roll a 1, then
Actually, no. That doesn't work with. Oh, well, no. Yes.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Roll not a critical
Roll
miss, I
a
guess.
just roll to see if you get a 1 or not.
Because with attack spells, it's
Yeah.
weirder.
Well, Morgan, did
I fucking
you roll
hate
a
you
1?
guys. I fucking hate you.
Did you
guys.
roll a
Did
1?
you roll a 1?
Yes.
Nice.
Sailing up into the distance.
You managed to. You're trying to toss it in such a way that it splashes onto that, but not hitting any of you where it's right next to. And you just misjudge it a little bit, throw it a bit too far, and the splash comes up just short.
No.
Balance has been restored. The force is once again
Yes.
in balance.
Al, it is your turn.
First of all, I like sit up gasping like, oh, what the fuck was that? Yeah, and then just kind of like in the midst of this, I reflexively throw produce flame at this thing.
Okay.
More fire.
That is a We've got the 2, so that is, I don't know, it's like 20-ish.
Okay, that'll hit.
Because I'm at +8, so +10. Yeah, not 19, actually. So,
Okay.
nonetheless. Maximum damage of 8.
As you flick out this reflexive fire, it manages to somehow hit some of the more kind of flammable sap, it looks like, and the bush just fucking explodes. It just, this giant pillar of flame just spirals up as you hit it, and the entire thing just instantly is nothing but ash and charcoal.
Get fucked.
As it burns to the ground.
Okay.
Now,
I spend a moment, like, looking down at myself, making sure I still have blood.
So, how we all feeling?
Morgan, take 1 bleed damage.
Oh yeah, I also have to roll to see if I take bleed.
I'm taking 1 bleed damage. That's how I'm feeling.
I continue to take 1 bleed damage.
Actually, no, Morgan, you don't, because he healed you. I forgot that he had healed you as well.
I'm not taking 1 bleed damage. That's how I'm feeling.
The battle medicine does not count as treat wounds, so it doesn't actually stop the bleeding.
I think it does count as treat
I'm
wounds,
bleeding.
doesn't it?
That's how I'm feeling.
I've been looking that up the past
Oh,
couple minutes.
Okay.
It heals the corresponding amount, but it doesn't stop bleeding or end the wounded condition
Okay.
like normal treat wounds. Fortunately, I can treat wounds for free now.
Yeah. Although
Starts to
it does,
bandage your wounds.
it does take 10 minutes, so theoretically we could continue bleeding for much of that.
Yeah. If that doesn't
But-
reduce bleeding, then I'll take 2 bleed damage.
Yes.
It's okay, Al. You're going to get 14 hit points
Okay, so I go
over the
back.
course of this healing. And Sprenya, you are also going to get 14 hit points. And
Woo!
your bleeding conditions will end.
So you're both at full health and no longer bleeding.
Yeah.
Like everyone's at full health and not bleeding.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
We killed the plants. Well, clearly those were the source of the problem. We've solved the problem and we can go home, right? Right, guys? Right?
No.
Right? Yeah,
That's-
you're right.
Was horrifying.
It's never that easy, guys. It's never that easy.
So who wants to delve into a horrible dead-looking tree?
Gods.
Not I, said the
Really?
alchemist.
Fine.
I don't think it can be avoided, unfortunately.
Alternatively, we can go back to the city and try and recruit the ever so helpful sheriff to try and...
Ever so helpful.
I mean, we're not actively bleeding anymore, so I don't think it's going to get any better.
That's the spirit. To the tree. I'm looking at the Twitch chat. I was like, why can't I move my character? Because I'm looking at the wrong window.
Because that's Twitch chat.
It's okay. I'm sure Twitch chat supports us.
They're like, nah, you guys are gonna die.
I seriously forgot about hero points. I thought I was dead. I realized, like, for the entire round, I was like, as soon as my turn happens, I die.
Yeah. Here lies the sorcerer. The only damage our party has.
You will be missed.
R.I.P. Because we will.
I mean, on the other hand, it would have given me the chance to, like, roll a paladin or something so that we'd have front line.
You can play somebody else from the Gnome Detective Agency.
Gnome paladin.
God. To the tree.
I take the lead.
Oh, you take the lead?
Death wish. No.
I guess you don't have the wounded condition anymore, so.
Is that how that works?
Yep. It's pretty
Neat.
great. As long as you gain health from somebody using treat wounds on you, and rest 10 minutes, or get some sleep.
All right, I have successfully managed to get the cropped window to actually, work.
Crop properly.
Yeah, to show where you're going, show the whole map. And now you can see as you enter this tree, a narrow tunnel that you're going through is slick with foul-smelling mud. It leads down into a cramped kind of den, lit only by a shimmering pool of oily water. The chamber stinks of wet fur and sickness, and next to the pool, between the gnarled and dying tree roots, is the rotting carcass of what must have once been a truly gigantic wolf. Nosing around it, you see a pair of hairless, mutant, wolf-looking things. The bodies are covered and deformed by these large pustules and tumors all over. And they don't seem to have any eyes.
Oh, gods.
They're
Kill it with fire?
genuinely hideous.
Pretty sure I have at least one more bomb left, you guys.
Here we go again.
Set the oil slick on fire.
I don't think natural oil works quite like that.
But it's essential.
That was a reach even for you.
I am horrified.
Well, folks, Morgan just
I am-
gave you an aneurysm with her words.
I've gained the
We're
sickened
my
condition.
friends, guys.
Neat.
I'm making an effort to
God.
find the most horrific-looking stock wolf they have. They have very few horrific-looking stock wolves. That's a shame.
See if they have goblin dogs.
This'll do.
Oh, man.
Holy fuck. Okay, thank you for that scaling, Charlie.
Why do they look like people?
Because they're horrible mutants.
They're Soylent Green.
I think those might still have eyes. It's a shame.
Nope. 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 Yeah, I'll put myself back.
They don't seem to have really noticed you, Calric.
Oh, sweet.
Possibly on account of the not having eyes.
In that case, actually, nope. 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 So, horrible eyeless wolves.
Did you know what they are? Have you
Oh.
seen
They-
horrible eyeless wolves?
They do not look like a natural thing to me. I guess I could try and make an identify check. It's some sort of like horrible poison thing that's affecting the wildlife around here.
I mean, that's gross.
I can on a 25. He's like, hang on a second, let me think about this, and pulls out like a notebook, like a quick notebook, like reference guide thing, and is like, well, what if it was kind of something like this mixed with this? And I'll make a 25 nature check to try and figure out.
With a
What the heck?
25, you can absolutely tell that they are an abomination of nature.
They're a horrifying
As
but
far
unique
as you
creature.
can
I
tell,
don't think you needed to roll for that.
as far as you can tell, they're just wolves. You have no idea what changes have been made to them. But whatever it is, it ain't natural.
Yeah, it bad. So,
Are we in
fire?
mercy killing territory here, or
Oh, absolutely.
I would say yes, very yes, extremely yes.
well, okay. Someone cover me, I guess.
Calric, roll me just general intelligence.
Oh, actually.
Is this intelligence or wisdom? Important question.
Intelligence.
They're actually the same.
But this one is, in fact, intelligence. So,
18.
okay.
19.
Judging
Well-
from... You seem to have these memories as you're thinking about this. And from what the carcass looked like and what some of the minor details in that looked like, and from what you know from that nature check, it looks like these might be part of the same pack that attacked you on the way in.
Just having had time to...
Just with additional mutation time, yeah.
having time to fall to horrible illnesses. Did we know anything about weaknesses for those guys? I don't remember anything being specifically fascinating about them.
I mean, I seem to remember they were just like acidy wolves. So
Yeah.
acid probably won't work on them.
So, bows and swords again, I guess. It's my best guess. Fire seems to work well on everything, so I'm down for more fire.
Well, we'll try variations thereof on this one. I guess let's go kill some horribly maimed wolves.
Right, do it.
All right, move yourselves in the order you want to go in.
I guess I will go in front again because I am not the healer.
I'll go in behind you.
All right.
I don't mind being at least slightly in front because I have some armor.
Well,
I think I have 2 higher armor
Once-
than everybody else.
two of you are in the den there. Once the wolves seem to notice that something is moving around them, they turn in your direction and snarl. Everyone, roll me initiative.
Yeah, buddy.
Is this stealth? I don't even know.
You could roll a stealth for it if you wanted. Stealth or perception.
Sure. I don't get a chance to roll off things very often. So, oh, cool. I rolled a 3 on the die, so 9.
Lower toxicology? No, I'll use perception because it's actually the best that I have. 19.
Okay.
11.
Nat 20.
Spren, you're going first there. With a nat 20, what is your total?
25.
Okay. Because I don't think you can't crit on a initiative roll, unfortunately.
Watch me.
What did you roll, Leandra?
11.
And what did you roll, Calric?
19.
Okay.
Oh, wait, 18 because my investigation does not apply to this.
Okay. Well, as you go in, the wolves growl, and one of them lunges forward. And it's gonna lunge over right at you, Calric.
Oh, good.
And it will attempt to bite. Ooh. That's really good. That's a 29.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That crits, right?
Yep.
So take 18 piercing and
Okay.
8 acid.
Okay, Calric goes down.
Yeah, it rolled really well. First thing. Really, really well.
Gnome down.
Sorry about
gnome
that.
Down.
It rolled really well. It wasn't a 20, but it was close.
How is that not a fucking 20?
And then it will just kind of gnaw on you a bit.
Nom, nom.
So you're at wounded 2.
Okay.
Or dying 2, rather. Sprenya. You
Fuck.
can squirm the rest of the way in there if you want.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, you don't have any visual on the wolves at the moment. Well, actually, you can see that one. So,
Can I try to hit him with my crossbow?
if you want, it's your choice. So just let me know what you roll.
Sorry, I'm just calculating it out.
Math finder.
I mean,
22.
22 will hit. To roll damage for that. And with your crossbow is a D8, I think, right? So
D6.
D6, okay, we'll roll a
Because it's
D6.
a hand crossbow.
Okay.
And that's a full 6 points of damage.
Alright, you hit it for 6. Nice.
I'm gonna
Alright,
save my bomb
you
for
have
later.
Sure, you have 2 more
2
actions.
more. I'm gonna try to move away from the party because most of the the main attacks that I can do now are attacks that would hurt other people.
Your bombs don't.
Yeah, but I only have 1 left, and I'd have to use actions to make more.
You can
You might
also
as well use it.
reload your crossbow and shoot that again.
Okay.
I mean, you can move back, but if you move any more back, you will not be able to see anything.
No, not back. I was gonna try to move into the cave.
Oh, okay. Well, you can move yourself
Yeah.
into the cave if you want.
I was gonna try to move into the cave so when I start hitting things, I can hit things that aren't by my friends.
Okay.
Can I maybe roll a stealth, or is that too, or am I not able to?
They already know you're there.
Yeah, they're already
Alright.
aware of you.
Try and make a diversion if you have enough deception. If you wanted to try stealthy things, but that would require.
Yeah, I have 0 deception, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna try to hit it again with the crossbow.
Okay. So, you reload it. That's your second action, and then third action is shoot it again.
That's a 15.
A 15. That's after the -5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will not hit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot at it, and it just kind of seems to glance off its hide. It has a very thick, leathery hide. And it is now the other wolf's turn,
Oh, good.
which
Somebody
will
else gets to get knocked now.
dart forward and bite at you, Al. Oh, and that's a 15.
15 does not hit.
All right.
Hey.
It will try again. And that, I think, will hit. It rolled very well again, but has a -5. So that is a 24.
Uh-huh.
It rolled, again, very well. is 11 damage. As it bites at you. So it's and you feel it, it bites down and that hurts, but then you feel acid dripping on, dissolving that, and that does even more. So as it is oozing acid out of its mouth. It is now Leandra's turn.
Okay. I will move over to here.
Okay.
And then
If you move there, the only way you can stand there is you will have to take disadvantage on all of your rolls, as your movement will be very restricted. There's almost no space there between that and where Al is standing.
Okay, I need to I'm trying to get further in so I can actually see shit.
Okay. I mean, you can try to move through the wolves. You can see Calric, who is currently down.
Okay. Then
and he is in range of a heal, if you want to do that. Of a two cast heal.
yeah. All right, so I will
But you
send a.
you could move here if you wanted as well. Is a potential option. Or on the
All
other
right,
side of the wolves. So. Yeah, what's the plan?
I will send a 2-point heal to Calric.
Okay. Excellent. Roll the health. That's what? 1d8 plus 8, right?
Yes. So it would be 11 points of health of healing.
Okay. Calric, you wake back up.
And I will cast shield.
Okay. A glowing blue sphere, a disc of force snaps into place on your arm. And it is now Al's turn.
Right. So I think the best plan is to shoot them with lightning. So I'm going to Palpatine it.
That sounds like a plan.
So they both need to make reflex saves, please.
Okay. One gets a nat 20.
Of course.
And one gets a nat 1.
Okay. Well, I get to fry the shit out of one of them, I guess.
What spell is that?
That's maximum damage, too. Electric Arc.
Electric Arc? Nice.
So that is maximum damage of 16?
Alright, 16 is after it's doubled?
Yes. Yeah, no, my cantrip is not doing 16 normally.
Okay.
But I just stand there being all like, unlimited power. Mostly just looking frustrated at it, actually.
So yeah, you dart out, and the first seems to kind of like just barely manage to like dart out of the way of the lightning. In fact, it seems like it managed to angle itself that it hit some tumor bit or whatever where the nerve endings didn't matter anymore and didn't connect to anything else. But then, of course, it arcs to the second one, which is just kind of, standing there looking kind of confused and just gets nailed by a lightning bolt. It starts to twitch a bit.
Cool.
All right.
I guess I have a third action. I can't move through them, correct?
I think you can. And what are the rules on moving through enemies?
I would have to, I could, I guess, make an acrobatics to tumble through their space or something. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Because I'm not sure. I think you might just be able to. I'm not sure on that either.
Well, I will take the tiny spot in the back, as I can just force them to make reflex saves instead of
Sure.
Making actual rolls. So that's fine.
Okay. Excellent. It is now the other wolf's turn.
Oh, I've been muted for a sec. You cannot move through a square occupied by opponent unless the opponent is helpless. You can
Okay.
move through a square occupied by a helpless opponent without penalty. And that's all it says that.
Well,
about
this
that.
other wolf steps right here and bites at you, Al.
Oh, you can
Cool.
also use acrobatics to tumble through a square.
Okay.
Well, my
the-
acrobatics is very bad, so I'll pass.
That hits. And
He's in prime flanking range now, boys. We got him on the run.
take 14 damage
I fall down again.
as it bites you with
Either
the-
that or they got us on the run. I
as
can't
the
tell
acid
which.
is dripping down. And then it gets
Neat.
let's go, and it will stand kind of looking vaguely confused. It is now Sprenya's turn.
Al, no, he's down again.
So Sprenya, they are nicely right next to each other.
Neat. I'm a lob a bomb at him.
Cool. Which one you lama the bomb at?
The one that gives you a flanking bonus.
I would say that one. But that's a good
One
idea.
that gives me a flanking bonus.
Yeah.
Hint. Because we don't have the other floating plus ones up yet. Because I got dropped instantly.
I use my hero point for this one.
Yeah, you haven't used
Can.
it yet, right?
Yes, I have not used
Yeah,
it yet because I
so-
wanted to, but I didn't.
Yes, you can use your hero point for that one.
That one, guys.
That's a good time to use your hero point.
Okay, it's a little better. That is a 19.
Okay, that will hit. Roll damage.
Full damage, 6.
Okay.
Hey.
She manages to toss this bomb and kind of bank it off the side of the wolf where it explodes, all kind of coning out in the direction just to hit the other wolf. And the rest of the splash, since he kind of all got on one side, completely nails that first wolf, hurting it real bad. It is now a little bit on fire, even. You have 2 more actions.
Let me see. Should I risk acid splashing one, or should I try to hit the one that I'm flanking with a crossbow?
You will make Al closer to dying if you acid splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Crossbow it is.
You haven't reloaded your crossbow since last turn when you shot it as your final action. So
Right.
your crossbow would be 2 actions. You would reload it and then shoot it again.
If I did acid splash, it would be 2 actions too. So
Yeah.
$21.
That will hit. That's after the -5?
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
Nice rolling. That will
Full
indeed
damage.
hit. So how much damage?
Full.
6?
Yep.
Okay. It eats another 6 damage. All right, and as a crossbow bolt pelts into its side, and it growls menacingly. It is now Calric's turn.
Hey. So we're in a new combat, so I can use battle medic again.
Yep. Because Investigator has some cool stuff.
Ooh. It's not super great, but
I'm pretty sure it has a cooldown of an hour, doesn't it?
I thought it was 10 minutes.
I'm pretty sure it's an hour.
Oh, it depends. It's
shit.
It is an hour unless the Investigator
It's
has an
24 hours. It's 24 hours normally. It's an hour for the Investigator.
Oh, is it?
Oh no! So I can't do that.
Yep.
In that case, I will just use first aid then to stabilize.
Okay.
So I will stabilize Al with.
You have assurance, so
with
you can
first
just
aid.
do it, right?
Yep.
Cool.
I will then.
Identify them, maybe?
I'll do that last. I'm gonna
Okay.
heal myself,
Sure.
which I also get to do for free because I haven't healed myself yet.
Yep.
So that's 7 HP,
7.
and then
okay.
I will identify them, which is a 20
Okay.
versus their will save DC.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Now,
Everybody gets a +1 on top of flanking them.
you also notice something about them with this check.
Mhm.
They didn't seem to notice you or Al as soon as you stopped moving.
Mm.
Make it sense movement.
Okay. Everybody stop moving. They can't see. They can't detect us.
It is now one of the wolf's turns. This wolf here, this back wolf. He's gonna bite at you, Calric.
Uh-oh.
You just spent a bunch of time healing people and pulling medicine things out of bags and bandaging
Yep.
wounds.
Yep.
So he spins and bites at you.
To be fair, my last action was not doing anything. It was just looking really closely at them.
Yeah, that's true. He hits and hits you for 16.
Still up? Because I
It's
healed
true.
myself.
It is
It's
true.
not looking great.
He will then attempt to bite you again. And it will succeed.
Okay.
So you are down.
Okay.
He does 2 instances of damage. He cannot roll 0 on them, so
He cannot roll less than 2.
yes. He bites you again,
No, Calric's going down again.
and then kind of like, as you go limp, he kind of looks confused again and just stands up and looks around. And, yeah, it is Leandra's turn.
All right, I am going to cast Bless and then increase the Bless.
Okay, you do have 2 people that are down right now.
Two people are down?
Al and Calric are both down.
Okay, screw
stabilized
that. I am going
I
to...
stabilized Al.
Al's stabilized, but
he's-
he's still down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to cast a 3-point heal.
Okay. Unfortunately, that will hit the wolves too, but
That is 4 points of healing.
okay. Al
Yeah.
and Calic are both back up. The wolves also seem to heal a bit as the light washes over them. All right. Al, it's your turn. You wake up.
I was unconscious for the news that not moving helps. So I'm gonna electric arc
Okay.
because it worked really well the last time. I think
It did.
so.
Um,
So they get to make reflex saves.
what's the DC on that?
18.
Okay. One makes it, and one does not.
Okay. Well, the one that makes it takes
The one in
4. The one that doesn't takes 8. Because I rolled max
Okay.
damage again.
Nice.
That's what it takes today.
Now that takes 8, you said?
Yeah.
Cool. And you still have another action.
I could try the toss a rock and see if it works. Well, no, I don't know that they. Damn it. I mean, power for +1 AC. I don't really have anything else.
Sure. I mean, sure. You can see if you can't hunker down to try and make yourself harder to hit.
Oh, I'll cast Fairy Fire on the front one, which makes it loses will saves, but that's not the point. It gives me concealment.
Okay. Sure.
Or Fairy Dust, rather, not Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
Fairy Dust.
Okay. And all right. It is that.
Of course, the concealment doesn't do anything against someone that's blind anyway,
Is
but
it front
I don't know
wolf's,
that.
Front wolf's turn again. And it is going to attempt.
It's gonna bite me and I'm gonna die
It's gonna attempt to
hilariously.
bite
Yeah,
at
I
you.
thought so.
What does concealment do again?
Sorry?
What does concealment do again?
Absolutely nothing. It's blind.
What is it? But what does it do? What is the thing?
It has to make a DC 5 flat check to attack me, but it doesn't matter because it's a visual effect and it's blind.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
Yeah, it will bite at you. And that hits.
Neat.
Um,
I seriously doubt I can not become unconscious again in this scenario.
Well, what's your health? Yeah, you actually
4 at the moment.
can't
Yeah.
not become unconscious again as it bites at you, and then stands around looking confused as there is nothing currently moving.
Curse my dedication to what my character knows versus what I know.
It is now Sprenya's turn.
Alright then.
You have a bomb left, as well as 2 reagents to do stuff with.
Wait, I thought I used my last bomb.
No, you have 1 left. You've used 5.
Alright then, I'm gonna use my last fucking bomb.
All right. And you also have 2 reagents to use as flex things, which can be bombs. But you.
I have assurance in alchemy. Would I be able to just quickly use those to make bombs?
You don't need assurance.
I
you
probably
can
have to
use
spend
them
turns
to make
doing it.
a bomb. You cannot use it to make 2.
Okay.
And those bombs only
Yeah,
last
you
for
all-
1 round. Those
You can always.
Okay.
You can always just turn those reagents into a 1-use anything that lasts for 1 round at any given time.
Okay, but I would need to sit down and actually sit down to actually make them 2. take
If
two out
you
of
wanted
them,
to
right?
have them be permanent, 2 bombs that last for a full 24 hours, that happens when you're preparing your daily stuff. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. I'll start off
But you have
throwing my last bomb.
Okay. Roll it.
Let's see how far my lux goes, guys. Ran out.
What'd you roll?
Ran out, guys. I rolled a 5.
Yeah, that won't hit, as it turns out.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
But is there any splash damage from
Yes,
the
they
bomb
will
or no?
still both take splash damage, as the
Okay.
bomb hits the ground next
Yes.
to them and explodes.
It does not technically nothing, just the minimum amount before nothing.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna spend my next 2 actions, using one of my reagents to make a bomb and then throwing said bomb.
Okay. I don't know if making the bomb takes an action, does it?
It does not.
Okay.
It's all part of quick alchemy.
You can
Sweet.
just basically you just throw a reagent at them and you know just the way to do it to make it explode.
Okay. Then I will do that with one of my reagents.
Okay.
Because I only have 2 left.
Roll
so,
again.
yeah. That is another 5.
Hot.
Also will miss,
Yeah,
but it does
And with the
splash
minus
damage
5,
again.
it's a 0. It's great.
it's great. I'm gonna reload my crossbow then.
Okay, as your third action.
Yeah.
Cool. And now it is Calric's turn.
I'm going to spend all 3 actions to ever so slowly scrunch myself into the corner where it can't hit me, or where it's not likely to trip over me.
Okay. He spends 3 actions being invisible as Al bleeds out next to him.
I got 2 health points, or 4 health points. As soon as I move, I'm just right back down again.
It is now this.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is now this other wolf's turn.
Other people have
Which
healing.
I
It's
don't
fine.
think it can get to you, Sprenya, because it's around a corner.
It can step over my motionless corpse.
Don't help him.
I'm just saying. Oh, well, actually, no. I mean, it can't occupy a square with its friend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless it somehow figures out that there is...
It is. Yeah, it stands there, growling, looking around, and can't see anything. It
I'm really
wanders
confused
this
as to
way.
how these things don't starve to death.
Um,
If they don't have object permanence as soon as something stops moving, how do they eat?
They don't. They just subsist on horrible fibers.
I mean, there's a giant dead thing in the middle. Maybe it's starved
Yeah,
to death.
but yeah, maybe, I don't know.
They are not
That's a good point.
they are not well adapted to live while blind. That's not their natural state of being. Yeah, Leandra, your turn.
All right, I am going to spend 1 action to reach spell and then cast a 2 action heal at
Oh.
At Al.
Yep,
And you
Oh,
did
yeah.
one action to do what?
to reach the spell so that
Oh,
it,
you're doing a 2
You
action.
it
don't have
doesn't
to.
have to be.
Yeah. Okay. You're just casting a 2 action heal. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that is 13 points of healing.
nice. You didn't have to reach spell, by the way. A 2-action heal already has range.
Oh, you're right, it does.
Yeah.
All right, then I will also cast shield. I forgot that the 2 action heal has range.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much is he healed for? Whose side is he
13.
on? Recarature. Whose side is who on again?
I assume they mean me.
Oh yeah. He's definitely on the wolf side.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm a DM most of the time. I'm always on the
Yeah.
last 2 sides.
So how much did you heal, Sherry?
13.
13. Cool. Al, you were up to 13.
See? Other people got healing. Actually, I don't think I could have healed him because battle medicine.
Yeah.
Correct. You have absolutely no means of healing me right
Yep.
now.
All right, and I'm currently out of heals.
You're out of spells, you mean? Oh wait, no, you're
Nope.
a prepared caster. You're just out of heals.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
she
fucked.
snaps shield up.
That doesn't sound very prepared to me. I'm just saying.
I'm regretting preparing that extra blast instead of another heal.
All right. Just so you're aware, they can't reach you, so shield kind of does nothing.
But what else? I mean, she could shoot a crossbow, I guess.
It's more than literally nothing.
Yeah.
Shield actually
Okay,
does nothing.
then I
They
will
actually
shoot a
cannot reach you.
crossbow.
There is a person in front of you, and there are no ways around. So roll to hit with the crossbow if you're gonna do that.
Okay, that's one sec.
Alternatively, you can run!
Leave us. It's not worth it.
13.
That will not hit, unfortunately.
I just had a really good visual of like Al's dead and being eaten, and Calix is just sitting right next to him, just like, if you stay still, they can't see you.
Al, it is your turn. Speaking of being eaten.
I still don't know that they can only see when I'm moving, so I move.
You're always down when it's my turn, so I
I
can't.
know. I've got another. I'll burning hands.
Okay. Sure.
They have to make a reflex.
One fails. Two. They both fail.
Oh, fantastic. That's 5 damage to both of them.
Okay.
I sit up and like fire just explodes out of my hands instinctively.
All right. They're looking real bad.
Also, I burn their weird lifeless friend and/or meal back there.
Yes. It sizzles. It smells like death. It's really bad. Okay.
And if I don't know if this like pool over here, if that kind of pearlescent thing it's got going is a sheen of oil, but if it is, I probably also ignite that.
It does not ignite,
Okay.
though it certainly doesn't seem to just steam up like you would expect.
Sure.
Yeah. It is now Front Wolf's turn.
I get to fall
And-
down again.
He's going to bite at Sprenya,
Ah.
who there was more motion as she was digging through her pack to get stuff out, and there was another person that direction moving as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't
this
the
is
most
fair.
recent. And that's a 29.
Oh God.
So, Sprenya, I think that crits you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is 22 damage. It will
I am still.
Oh no!
try to bite you again.
I believe that puts you at 4, which is the traditional number of health for us today.
Yeah, 2.
Oh,
Because I have
okay.
24 hit points.
Okay, never mind. My bad. Carry on then.
We're so screwed.
And it misses with that, with the -5. And it will try a third time and misses.
Just imagine Sprenya just like trying to lob out of the way. Just like rolling over like, eh, eh.
All right, Leandra. No, Sprenya. It's your turn. It just took a chunk out of you, and And it burned.
You know what? If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory, you guys.
What does that mean in this context?
Is she gonna self-detonate?
Did you fill yourself with alchemical fire and not tell us?
You do have another.
I'm gonna eat one of my reagents and feed myself to the wolves.
Perfect. I see no flaw in this plan.
I don't think that's how that works. I mean, I haven't read the rules. Oh wait, no, I have read the rules. And that's not how that works.
My last words will be bomb.
Cast
Turns out her secret backstory was she was a robot from the future, and now she activated it.
Sprenya casts corpse explosion on herself.
If I was able to do that, would that still not harm my friends, or would that wind up harming my friends?
Oh no, you'd kill us all. Like if you just indiscriminately exploded right here, Leandra might make it out. She's got 26 hit points, so
It's okay, I have a wolf body shield. It'll be fine. Al, unfortunately, there's no way.
no, I'm
Famous
super
last
mad.
words, Paul.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm gonna throw.
Throw your final bomb.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll it.
Yeah.
And don't roll a 5.
Don't
Shut
do
up!
it. Don't do it.
So I have good news and I have bad news.
It's the
okay.
good news that it's not a 5.
It's not a 5, it's a
The good
4.
news is it's not a 5.
Okay.
Bad news is it's a 1.
Yup. Neat.
You
We're
don't. You
dead.
use your hero power, right? Already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
already. For another one that I had.
It splashes on him.
It's your third of the night. Amelie is not with you tonight. Amelie's chained critical hits is not. It's not carrying
not,
today.
not coming through.
Nope, I used all of them on the bushes.
Yeah.
We did own those bushes pretty well until they killed me. Details.
Those were good times, guys. I was flying high. So
That was a good 10 minutes
Do
ago.
you have any alchemist fires that are just in your pack?
Nah, I don't think so. We were working on making some stuff, but we haven't had time to finish them.
Okay.
well, I know there was a bunch of stuff that I looted.
Yeah.
We looted a bunch of reagents, but
Oh no, were there any actual alchemist fires? No, there was just enough reagents to make
There
them.
were
That's why
healing
we were making
potions.
them. Yeah.
Wait,
Were they?
shit!
Wait, were there?
I took a healing potion.
Oh yeah, and I took one to replace the one that I used on Calric. I
yeah.
had my my bird fly over and dump into Calric's unconscious face.
Uh-huh.
We spent a lot of time in this adventure unconscious.
I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure you guys do in fact have inventory.
Yeah,
Like, you're not
I did not
completely itemless.
yeah, but we are. I don't believe we have any bombs.
No, but I do think you,
That part of my
Okay,
character sheet because BlueStacks is dumb.
I spent my gold on expanded healing tools.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna just assume that I have one and use it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to hit it with my crossbow because I reloaded it.
okay.
Seems legit.
I rolled a nat 20, guys.
Nice.
You crit it.
Yeah. Wait, does it still go past the -5?
And that 20 automatically hits, yeah.
Yes. Yes, that is a nat.
And because even with a -5, you pretty sure you would hit it. It crits as well, so.
Yeah, I think that would still be a 22 or something to hit.
So I rolled 2 damage.
Yeah.
Was that with the doubling?
I rolled without the doubling. That's 4
So,
damage.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Yeah.
A stately sum, certainly.
A
Okay.
noble number.
You've taken Calric's current health and thrown it at the wolf.
Mic drop.
Okay.
This is what it feels like to be my friend. Wow.
I did die. Do you want to know how it felt? It felt like that.
And that was reloading and firing, right?
No, I'd already reloaded.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can reload.
Reload again.
Yeah, I'll reload again because, yeah, I don't know what else I would do.
This is the world we live in now.
I am seeing
out
something
too?
looking back through previous areas. One of the things you did get from one area of Halled's place was 2 vials of Lesser Alchemist Fire.
Okay.
So you should have 2 permanent vials of Lesser Alchemist Fire as well.
Me or just the party?
Well, the
I-
party, but we can
Yeah.
whoever they decided to should hold on to them, which I'm imagining would
I
probably
seem-
be you.
I
Unless
seem
someone
to
else
remember
doesn't.
actually making an argument that it should be somebody other than her, but that was before I knew that she could throw them without accidentally slashing us. So I'm voting that we give them to her.
Sure.
So you do still have 2 more bombs. These ones are permanent ones; they don't regenerate. But
Oh, yes.
But that's a concern for next turn.
yes.
Back in the game, guys.
So your
If there
actions were
is a next
throwing your
turn.
final bomb, and then reloading your crossbow and shooting your crossbow.
Yes.
No, it was. I mean, basically,
Throw,
but it was
shoot, reload. Yeah.
yeah, throw, shoot, reload.
Okay.
Because I'd already reloaded at the last.
Okay.
Yeah. At my last.
In which case, it is Calric's turn.
Cower.
Is Al still alive right now?
I am currently conscious.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna tell Al that he should stop moving because they can't see. Then I'm gonna roll a natural 1 on identifying the wolves,
Uh-huh.
and
You notice
Then I'm
nothing
gonna
new about
roll.
their behavior.
then I'm gonna roll more than 20 on my ability to identify the wolves and give everybody else a +1.
Okay.
And do all of this without moving.
Okay.
Can they hear? Like, is whispering something to me going to be a problem? I don't know.
We're about to. Well, I have to communicate. I have to communicate for the weaknesses anyway.
That's fair.
So I'm just gonna
Cool.
hope they get here.
They're both blind and deaf and just have developed tremor sense. Oh god.
All right. It is now the wolf that was next to you, Calric. It heard you.
Fuck.
It's going to
Theoretically, my identify check should help me on that one, but
lunge and try and bite you.
Unfortunately, it was too late.
okay, I'm flat-footed.
That is you're flat-footed?
Yep, because I'm still on the ground.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, neither of us has gotten up.
Okay.
I've been laying down for 4 turns.
That is a 18 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
The AC's currently 15.
You drop.
I'm gonna use my player point to stabilize.
Okay.
Because otherwise I would die.
Savages you a little and then kind of gets up and looks around and starts moving back this way since it thinks it sensed some motion over there but can't quite get around the corner to get to it. All right. Leandra, do you have any offensive spells or anything?
I am going to cast Daze at the nearest.
Okay. That's a will save, right?
That is, yep, DC 18 will save.
Have I had
It fails.
No, yeah.
All right, it takes 4 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to reload my crossbow.
It sparks and seems to be twitching a little bit as it yelps. And then she reloads her crossbow. All right, it is now Al's turn.
We'll spend an action to give Verum 2 actions
Okay.
and hope that he very quietly removes a potion from my bandolier and pours it in Cowrick's mouth again.
Roll a stealth check for Verum.
That one.
This will not go well. That is a natural 1. I am dead now.
No. The wolves notice Verum.
Verum is on my chest when the wolves notice him.
Well, it's not their turn.
I know, I'm just saying.
He's got 2 actions. It's fine. He can fly away. He can distract the wolves.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Now that I know how they work.
It has.
Oh.
Verum has successfully taken a potion out of your pouch.
Uh-huh.
And
And
now
then
it's
fly it
holding the
over and
potion.
pour it in Calrick's face.
Which means Calrick's gonna get eaten.
Can it? So you're having it remove the potion as part of the move action?
It spends 1 action getting it off my bandolier.
Yeah.
I guess technically that might be 3 actions, isn't it?
1 to move
'Cause
over
if
to
that's-
Calrick, and 1 to pour it in his mouth.
Yeah. That is inconvenient.
But you could remove the potion yourself, and then use an action to give him 2 actions.
I guess, which means that the the one on stealth is probably mine.
No, that you roll that for for Varric. You could roll another stealth check for yourself.
Okay. You know what? That's a natural 1.
So you just reach in, take the potion out. Varric grabs it, flies over to Calric, pours it in Calric's mouth.
Very entirely. I just literally pull the potion out, scream, and throw it at Calric's face. And it pours down his throat.
So
I'm like, oh god!
we'll roll for the health at least.
It's what, 1d8 plus? I don't remember that. There's a difference between potions of health and elixirs of life. And I never remember which is which.
8 plus 1. The second level of them give +8.
Okay. So you get 9 health, Calric.
Ooh.
Congratulations. I gave my life for you.
He gets 9.
He gets 9 health.
Nice.
Maximum healing.
Yeah.
And
I think
2
we get
natural 1. What is this shit?
Wait! I have an idea.
well, it's the wolf's turn now.
Yes. and they
Well,
kill me.
you have 2 more actions. Actually,
No,
no,
I
you have
don't.
1 more action.
I pull it out. I hand it to Verum. I spend an action having Verum fly it out and pour it in. Oh, I literally have no single actions.
Oh,
I'll spend
well,
an action having
you don't
Verum
have a-
fly somewhere where he won't get eaten by wolves.
You don't
You
have a
could
crossbow
crawl.
or something?
Power crawl.
No, also, no, I do not have a crossbow.
Crawl a square.
Also, it would take me an action to pull it out.
Okay, so and then you have Verum fly across the room with your final action?
Sure.
Okay. It is the wolf's turn. This wolf up front sees you, turns to face you, starts to growl, sees motion continue over here, and then sees motion go across the room as it chases Verum.
It's. I mean, okay. Can it? Well, can we
There's a whole bunch of motion flying that way.
doing it by sound? I guess. Yeah.
No, it's doing it by motion. It just
It can't. If it's got tremor sense, he's not on the ground.
No, it
can't
does not
see.
have tremor sense.
Okay. It's just somehow sensing motion. Okay.
Though it does in fact get Verum.
No. Rest in peace, Verum.
Because it rolled really well. And how much health does Verum have?
Does it have enough? Oh yeah, it's got more action. Yeah. Verum has what? 10? 5 for each of my levels.
Okay. Well, that does mean that I do need to roll. Ooh. Verum lives.
Well, that's convenient.
As it bites him for absolute minimum damage.
Yay, Verum.
And then tries to bite him again.
Live.
And that's gonna hit again.
Oh,
It
God.
can't not kill him.
Hey, can it catch him in one action? He had 2 actions to fly away.
That's a fair point. What's his movement?
A lot.
He's a bird. He can fly up.
He's a bird.
How tall?
Like,
Okay. Well then, I will say.
I think he's got a 25-foot move. I'm pretty sure he shares my speed.
Okay. This thing is
Well,
faster, but it can
Yeah.
fly. So I will say that it was
Well,
only
let me-
able to jump up and nip him once. Which is that absolute...
Yeah, there's nowhere in the cave he could go that would be more than 1 move away from there. Now that I'm looking at it, there's literally no space
I will-
for him to not get hit.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
say that there is an up, though.
Okay,
So he managed to get that 1 nip in.
sure.
Because it
That
had to
did
spend an action.
6 damage.
Should have sent him outside the cave. Should've
But
just-
then it's flying up around just out of the wolf's reach as the wolf is kind of jumping at him.
Turn.
It is, as the wolf kind of gets fed up with the thing that it can't catch, it kind of prowls a little bit back over this way, looking for whatever else is going on.
I have a plan.
Sprenya, it's your turn.
you no longer have visible targets.
You have nothing you can get a good beat on.
Save yourself!
I just spend 3 actions standing very, very still.
Okay. In that case, Cowrick, it's your turn. There's a wolf in stabbing range of your sword.
Hey, do you know what item I put on my equipment list that I didn't think was ever going to be useful, but is now going to be super gosh darned useful?
What's that?
A signal whistle. I'm gonna pull out my signal whistle and blast this thing, like, because they're really close by and they have very, very good hearing, I'm assuming. So I'm going to just try and overload their hearing senses so that we can all run away.
It's a plan. It's not a bad plan. It depends on several unknowns.
It does.
It definitely...
So for my action, I'm going to stand up, draw signal, and as a part of that move, I can draw an item because it's just an interact. Blast the whistle for my second as loud as possible, and for my third action, sprint out the cave.
Okay. So Cowrick books it.
Screaming, run!
It is now this other wolf's turn here, who seems very kind of disoriented and frustrated by the signal whistle, and proceeds to try and follow it.
I only did a blast of it.
So
I mean,
it would.
It basically, it's to overload the hearing, so it has to, like, it can't track another target until its ears reset. It's like
So
when you-
goes the theory, assuming it's using its hearing and that's
It
some
might
kind
not
of
work.
weird super.
It doesn't work. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But that's the plan.
It definitely distracts it, and it seems to kind of disorient it a little, and it tries to sprint out after you, but runs right into Sprenya. It spends a turn recovering, and then lashes out at you, Sprenya, and tries to bite.
Cool.
It does not hit you.
Even better.
And that's its turn. So that is now Leandra's turn.
All right. I am going to try to daze this wolf.
Okay. What's the DC on it? Yeah, it does not make it.
18.
Roll damage. It does not make it.
No roll. It just takes my modifier, so it takes 4.
That's right. So, it goes and it kind of like collapses a little bit at this one. It's looking really bad.
Then I'm going to shoot at it with the cross.
Okay, roll to hit.
Rolling. That is 20 on that.
I mean, that'll hit.
All right. Gathering damage. One.
Mm-hmm.
That is 4.
4 damage. All right. As you prep the crossbow, pull it back, and plink it, it nails it right in the center of the forehead, and the thing just collapses. As it just falls to the ground, dead.
Cool.
Al, it's your turn. There's a wolf on the other side of the room.
Yeah. Shit. I don't think I have an option that doesn't involve attempting to kill this thing. Or, just staying really still and hoping that they go and eat Sprenya.
Thanks.
I'm not saying that's a good plan. I'm just listing the options.
We're both at like wounded 3, so if we take any
If I take a hit, I literally die. But I'm casting Produce Flame anyway, so this is where we are. That's pretty good. That's a 26.
That'll hit.
Is it a critical hit? Is that
no.
too much to hope for?
It is not quite a critical hit.
For 7 damage.
All right. This guy's looking bad. He takes that flame to the face and is looking real hurt.
I guess I'll spend my third action giving Verum 2 actions to fly the fuck out.
Okay. Verum darts out after Calric. Looking very bloodied and burned by acid.
Could I get far enough in one action to make it worth it doing that for me?
I mean, as long as you can get around that corner, they no longer have direct sight on you.
Yeah, although that does... Yeah, okay, I'll do that instead, actually, since Verum's high enough that,
Okay.
in theory,
1, 2.
can't get him.
Make it like there, I
go
think.
1... Could end up... Yeah, it can end up, like... 3, 4... here-ish?
All right.
I can't... Oh, I'm sorry, this is Twitch.
I moved you.
Yeah.
So you're...
Yeah, okay. I was like, why can't I move my character?
It is
I'm on Twitch.
Sprenya's turn. So, Sprenya, what do you want to do?
How far away is the second wolf?
About a move action away. Looks like about 30 feet or so. But you can't really see it.
I'm gonna try to give my friends a chance to escape.
So what are you doing?
I don't know if this is
What are you doing?
gonna try to give my friends a chance to escape. So I'm gonna
Right.
move out.
Got anything in your pack that would make noise?
I have
Bombs.
2 fire
Do something to distract him.
Move.
fire things to throw at
Fire,
this guy.
fire is distracting.
Fire is very distracting.
It's looking very beat up. It's looking. It is scorched and bleeding and looks really, really messed up at the moment. So.
Listen, judging by how my last few rolls have been.
At least it still takes splash damage. Just throw some bombs.
Yeah. So. All right. So I'm gonna lob my last 2 fire potions at it.
Okay. Roll to hit. Roll in the first one.
Would I use my like my regular bomb thing?
Yeah, they're the same as your.
It
as
is
your other
okay.
bombs.
It's exactly the same as the other bombs that you've made. It just lasts forever instead of only 24 hours.
That's 23.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
4.
Okay, it's not liking life. And
All right, throw my last one.
all right.
That fell.
How much was it?
No, it fell off the thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see.
And Morgan, if only there were some kind of tray you could use to keep your dice in.
Like a kitten tray or something.
So.
I don't have any. I have a +1 from Calric, don't I?
Nope.
No, he
No, not
failed.
this turn.
For the first time, literally ever, he failed.
Yeah.
Well, also this last turn he didn't even try. He just blew a whistle and ran.
That's true.
Because I was trying to overwhelm them so that we could all get out, but it didn't work.
14.
That one.
Honestly, it did keep him from triple attacking that turn, though. So
It worked fine. He reduced his number of attacks by 2.
But it still does splash damage, so it splashes onto it. It scorches it.
Hits it for 1.
Yeah.
And then you still have the second one to roll.
Well, she already,
That
is
was the
one.
second one.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
She
That
hit
was-
with the first one, but she has a third
Yeah.
action.
Is your crossbow reloaded?
It
Oh no,
is,
she had to
and
move for her first action.
Oh yeah, she had to move and then through. So
It was
yeah,
move, throw, throw.
it is now Calric's turn.
sweet. And they didn't come out chasing at me. So I'm gonna move here and peer around the corner. Oh, the only wolf is deep inside the cavern?
Yes. You can't see the
Okay.
wolf, but you can see the corpse of the other wolf.
But the thing I can see is not the wolf, and also where my party members aren't, which is important because I would like to. Where did my equipment go? I had a whole equipment list. There it is. I have a pair of manacles on my persons, which are fairly rattly. So I'm going to move. I'm going to draw them while moving to there, and then I'm going to throw them over to here to cause a loud distracting noise. And then I'm going to run away.
That is a deception check.
A perception check?
A
Deception.
Oh.
To
Ooh.
make
Yeah.
create a distraction.
That is a 25.
Okay. They clatter. And it is now another wolf's turn. It will run over there.
Yeah,
Not-
get fucked, wolf.
See anything. And it will then move back over here towards where Sprenya was making a stand and try to bite you. And roll a natural 1.
Hey.
And misses completely. It is now Leandra's turn, who is still at
All right,
full
can
health.
Can I see the wolf from where I am?
Not from there now.
I'll move over to here,
You can see it from there.
and I will daze.
Okay. It will fail. So roll damage, or it just takes damage.
That's
It
just
is
4.
As
4.
you do that, you see its head just kind of twitch to the side and it collapses, dead.
A third target killed by day.
As it just
Our most lethal spell.
slightly, as its brain just kind of bursts a bit.
Any horribly fucked up monster, like beast we come across, she will just daze it.
You always manage to get
I
it
now
down to
know
like
what her
2
signature
life.
spell for cantrips is.
You always get it like 2 life or so, and then just
Yeah.
like nail it with the guaranteed damage. As you're all rolling like ones and stuff whenever you're trying to take something down. All right.
Yeah.
I rolled like 4 natural ones in that combat.
You guys did not roll well, and I rolled very, very well until the very end there. Well,
That's basically been every
that was close. I was not sure if you were gonna make it, Dave.
I should have been dead. there was a couple of times where honestly I should have died.
Yeah, if I didn't have my player point, I was dead too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't use it on attack last combat because I thought about using it and then I didn't.
I think that is an excellent spot to take our break. And we're back. Welcome, welcome everybody. We are back in playing Fallout Plaguestone after a short break. I don't think we have anything we need to announce or talk about before we get back to it, so let's just get right to it.
Dive right in.
You have just finished killing a bunch of wolves.
Exactly 2 wolves.
Two wolves.
A bunch
It
of 2.
felt like a bunch, guys.
Narrowly avoid being murdered by.
So now we have you are in this cave with a faintly luminous, glowing pool of water. And an old corpse. Well, now 2 new corpses and an old corpse.
Well,
And very little health.
so little health. So little health.
Unbelievably small amount.
So little health and so little healing. Fuck our lives.
No health and no sources of
Tremendously
healing.
unfortunate amounts of health.
It's okay. Just give me another like 10 minutes. It'll be fine. Then I'll be able to heal again. I would like to take a look at the glowy pool. The glowy pool. So Kyler's going to walk over to it and kind of take a sample of it in one of his little jars and kind of examine what it is.
Okay.
The nature of the strange liquid.
Roll me as you kind of reach down. You notice it's this weird glowing oily pool. It's not particularly deep. Seems to be fed by some kind of natural spring, kind of welling up from deep below the ground.
Okay.
And it gives off this acrid smell and has an odd oily texture when you touch it and put it into the vial.
And that's when it coalesces into a filth slime.
As your fingers get kind of wet from it, they're left feeling kind of.
Oh, I am not touching it myself.
Well, you took someone dipped it into the vial into it, right?
Yeah, I'm wearing gloves though.
Okay. And you can roll me a DC 20 nature or occult check, or a DC 15 crafting check of alchemy.
Let's see. Crafting is 7. Nature is 7. What was the third one?
Occult.
Occult.
Occultism is 3, and I don't have unifying theory yet, so we're gonna go with nature, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, not so much. That's a natural 1.
Okay. You don't know what's going on with that. Who used their hero points, by the way?
Me and Calric, I think.
Oh,
Oh, and Brenya.
Everybody except for
Yeah,
Leandra.
Leandra has hers.
So Calric did. Only Leandra has one left. Okay.
What about toxicology lore?
Unfortunately, no. For this, it is not.
Alternatively, just show it to our alchemist.
But yeah, it's almost like you have an alchemist.
Hey, this looks like an oily kind of thing and not fairly natural. Do you want to take a look at this? Show it over to Sprenya.
Sure. Sprenya, roll a crafting check.
Okay.
And
20.
20, okay. Yeah, you looking at this, you definitely recognize that this water is not just like a murky pool or something from the area. This is definitely tainted by something unnatural. It is very much influenced by some kind of alchemical substances. In fact, looking at it, it looks vaguely like these chemicals would be mutagenic in nature more than any other kind of alchemical thing. So whoever is going to be drinking this is going to start to change at some kind of terrible price.
Cool.
Like perhaps eyes or something. Who knows?
Drink up, guys.
It doesn't, as far as you can tell, there isn't anything particularly dangerous about the water other than any sort of like prolonged exposure or active drinking of it, you know?
There doesn't look like anything particularly dangerous about the water, except for the horrible mutagenic wolves that have been sitting around
it's
the
not
water
like
pool.
it's not like splashing it on someone's gonna start to melt them or something. It's not like crazy dangerous or whatever. It's just probably wouldn't advise drinking it.
So I'm going to take a sample of this water. I'm going to take a few samples of this water.
Okay. Again, as
I'll take 5.
wherever you notice, wherever it's kind of splashes and wherever you touch it or any, your skin feels kind of slightly prickly, like, you know, a little tingly when it gets on your skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then an eye grows in there.
The what?
I said it feels tingly, and then an eye grows
And
there.
then just,
Weird.
you know, tentacles start to sprout from those locations.
And then Cthulhu.
All right.
So how about an investigation check? Try and figure out where the source for this pool would be.
Okay.
Like maybe I can try and find the wellspring.
It seems like the wellspring comes from deep, kind of beneath the ground.
Okay.
Like this is from some deep groundwater.
Interesting. So it's just kind of bubbling up. Okay. So we were right about the town's water supply being corrupted.
Yes.
It's just going to be a matter of trying to figure out who's corrupting it and why.
Presuming this isn't some kind of unlikely, I wouldn't say natural, but ambient supernatural effect, I guess. Assuming this isn't an active curse that doesn't have a specific source.
If it was a curse kind of thing, I would generally assume it would be less alchemical reagents and more just a magic aura, which is not what it seems to be. Oh wait, I have read aura. Yeah, is it giving off any
I was
aura?
about to say, hey, does detect magic do anything here?
As you cast both those things, no. You
Just alchemical.
get no magical aura from it.
Yeah. So likely not a curse as much as Somebody's poisoning the water hole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick once over the room before leaving,
Sure.
and that is a 23.
Okay. As you're looking around, looks like it was a wolf's den. You see the kind of traditional markings of, an inhabited wildlife space. There's, old bones and things from previous meals. Areas where you think they were probably sleeping mostly. But it's rough. I mean, whatever happened to them, it was not good. There's nothing really. They're wolves. There's nothing of value other than just some bones and stuff. But
Unfortunate.
there's the three
And wolf
the
skulls?
three carcasses, including the very large wolf carcass.
And wolf skulls?
There are wolf skulls.
I mean, there's
There are in fact three of them in the wolves.
I don't think you'd want these wolf skulls. So, cleanse it with fire? Seem like a good plan?
Seems reasonable.
Cleanse this filth.
I'm just gonna burn the wolves first. I don't think a pool of water, no matter how alchemical, I'm going to be able to burn.
Oh, yeah. No, I just meant the wolf cart.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn some wolves.
Okay. So you stack the 3 wolf bodies.
I'm not touching them. I'll go one at a time.
Okay. It takes a while. They don't, light super
Yes.
easy, but
That's fine. I have cantrips for days.
you have enough magic to eventually, you burn them all to a crisp. It smells atrocious, and the more you do it, the more the smell fills the space, until by the end, you're all kind of coughing and gagging as the smoke rises off the bodies. Everyone make me a fortitude save. At least everyone that's staying in the room.
All right, working on it.
If I had the choice to leave the room and still burn them, I would.
You can, you just need to touch and move the bodies. They're unstable on the ground, you can drag them out the hole.
20 total.
That's your choice. You said you weren't touching them, so...
16.
Yes.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
Over 20.
All right. That means just Al. You are sickened 1.
Sure, I was already
From...
in for a while.
Yeah. As the smell rises and the smoke fills this cave, and it just starts to get worse and worse, you get sickened from this.
Sure.
But you do burn them. They are torched. All 3 corpses. Charred to a crisp, beyond any sort of alchemical value or anything. That takes a little while, though.
Yeah.
And then do you head out? Or what do you do next?
Yeah, I guess we should go back and find our rangery friend
Yeah.
Okay.
and inform her that burning all of this was in fact the correct answer.
And also that they need a new water table.
I would suggest, well, yeah,
Abandoned ship.
Yeah.
pulling
Move
up stakes,
away,
moving elsewhere, and
find
posting
a
many,
circle of druids.
many. Get some clerics of Gozray in here.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, we still have some time to kill before I can take a look at those wounds again. But maybe, yeah, let's find our ranger person, and I guess we'll go from there. We could talk to the useless sheriff again. Anybody feels particularly motivated to deal with his bullshit?
Oh, I love beating my head repeatedly against a belligerent brick wall.
I mean, at the moment, we don't really have anything to tell him, do we?
Mostly just that somebody's poisoned the water.
Oh, I guess that's true. I feel like we'd be better off talking to literally anyone at the inn about that.
That's true.
Well, as you crawl out of the tree, as the den behind the tree, rather, as you crawl out of the little hole, go out.
Actively using prestidigitation to clean the smell off of me.
When you get out, you see in the area where the dead bushes were, you see Noala standing there. Looks like she had taken the dead bushes and used them to build some kind of small, like, bonfire. And on that bonfire are a couple of mangy wolf bodies.
Cool.
And she sees you coming out and goes, "Ah, excellent. What did you discover in there?"
Some wolves that needed killing.
"Yes, well, my traps found a few myself." And it looks like,
Also, your water supply is fucked.
oh, well,
Do
that is
the
unfortunate.
ones you found have eyes?
One of them was missing an eye, but the other one had
well-
eyes. Yes.
That's 3 eyes more than our friends in the cave had.
Interesting.
They were very eyeless, and also hideously ugly,
Perhaps,
and generally in a bad way.
perhaps the
So,
deformities were why they were stuck in the cave instead of wandering the area like the others.
Sure.
It's likely that the mutagenic
There was,
forces that are in that water just over time just kind of added up.
makes sense. How many were in there?
2 in a body.
One was already dead. All right.
Assuming it was one of them and not some other wolf that they dragged in or something.
Well, if there were 3 in there, plus the ones that you caught when they attacked you in the caravan, plus all of these I have here, that should be just about account for the whole pack, I would think. Hopefully that's at least one thing that will no longer be of any trouble.
Well, if there's any other wildlife in the area, I think we're going to have continuing problems. It's not going to stop just at the wolves.
Yes, it is quite literally in the water.
Yes, and the plants around here don't seem to be doing very well either.
This is true. That accounts for everything except rocks.
Yes. The water
Presuming the
is
rocks
most definitely the source of the pollution. Absolutely, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I just still wish we knew how it was being contaminated. I don't know of any nearby caves with access to any significant sources of water.
Well, I mean, now I have to think of whether or not Calric knows what a watershed is. Did they have?
That's why when I said you should get a new water table, I'm like, that's a modern thought.
Yeah, it was like, time limited. Well, mostly this one, the source here seemed to be bubbling up from underground. So,
Yes.
are there well springs, significant cooling sections?
I think that the best place for us to look would probably be at the oldest source of all of this. It also happens to be one of the largest sources of the blight.
Yeah, that would have been a good place to start.
I think that one was more risky than this, and this one, I think, was a good idea to see if it had any clues. It only seems to confirm what we already knew, so I think let's, if we go to the oldest, largest source, should be able to find out more there.
I don't know if Well, certainly not now. We won't be able to do that. But also, in general, this area kind of took us to our limits. I don't know if there's much further we can handle.
That's it's completely fair. I'd love to be able to look at it today, but pushing beyond your limits is risky and doesn't help anyone. Why don't we retire for the night back to Etrin's Folly and spend the evening there? We can set off in the morning to go explore this other location.
I mean, if we can convince more of the townspeople to help, I'll feel much more confident heading into a position like that. But as it were, if it's more dangerous,
unfortunately,
there's
no one
only
else
so much
here
we can do.
Yes, well, unfortunately, no one here is really that talented of a fighter. I'm afraid that would result in a lot of losses. But we can see if anyone is willing. We'll try to get some assistance lended. Perhaps some people can donate equipment or something of the sort.
That could help.
I'd also be, like I said before, be happy to teach you any of the tricks of the trade that I've picked up, though they are less about combat and more about surviving, tracking, such things like that. Ranger, tips and tricks picked up in the woods.
Well, that's good. But at the moment, I think sleep is a good idea.
Yes, I think that is a good idea. We'll head back, get some meals, get some sleep. And in the morning, we can finish up this task, get to the last of it. Well, shall we head back?
After you.
Very well. And she will head out and start walking back the way that you'd come from.
Just follow her on back to town.
You follow.
Yep.
It's about another 3 hours walking back into Etrin's Folly. And as you return to the feed mill, everyone is, seems to be going on as normal. It looks like the caravan is having a meal in the
We're looking bad when we come back. Like drenched in blood.
My traveling cloak that was just repaired has been used to make tourniquets for me.
As you come back, people kind of the chatter kind of dies down as you walk in, and everyone just kind of looks at you. Tamlin walks in and goes, "Oh my goodness, what happened to you?"
There were some wolves and some plant.
You had more
And-
wolves. Oh well,
Yeah, they're gone now.
Bushes.
I'm glad to see you all alive. It would be a shame to lose another friend.
It was a close call.
Well, if you wish, I
have
can
to
help
say-
out with any healing or application of medicine if you need it. I know a little bit of first aid, not much, but some.
I can take care of it. It just needs a little bit more time for some of these to set before we can. Actually, I can take a look at them now, so everybody can heal.
I think presumably we have
15
enough hours in the night to
heal over time.
heal with.
We are just getting started on dinner at the moment, but if you were to, we are probably going to be laying Bort to rest later this evening.
So,
we would be honored if
interesting
you would
suggestion.
wish to join us.
Sure. But interesting suggestion on that note of dinner. I would recommend using rations from our supplies as opposed to anything involving being grown here.
I will take that into consideration. Thank you for the heads up.
The groundwater seems to be very tainted here.
That would explain why these wolves were spitting acid when they attacked our caravan.
Yes.
Do you think
Also,
it is
horrifying mosquitoes.
disease or...
It appears to be some kind of poison or something.
Plague.
Well, I will trust your judgment. We have many supplies, and I will try to use those rather than anything with groundwater. Thank you for
Good
advice.
If you could pass word, is Delma in the room?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll look over at her, presuming she heard all of that, and say, like, you might want to pass word of that around. So, whoever it would be useful to. And then I'm going to hobble up some stairs.
Okay. Delma will look up and be like, pass what around? I'm sorry.
That your groundwater is full of horrible alchemical substances that
Our
Take-
groundwater?
mutate wolves and
Oh, goodness. I will...
make plants alive and, homicidal.
Well, I haven't noticed any plants around here alive, but I will look into it and take it under consideration.
We were just attacked by a cluster of very irate bushes.
Well, I'll keep my eye out. Would you like any dinner? We have dinner cooking. Normal fare, but I'd be happy to provide you with meals.
Honestly, I'm more interested in sleep at the moment.
Yes.
All right, well...
Rest, I think, would be preferable.
Tamley goes, we will be conducting Bort's funeral in about an hour. Would you like me to come get you?
Yes.
Very well, I will do so. And she will go back to her meal.
I will also hobble up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we get to the room where there's no longer other people around, it's like,
How many people do you think we can fit on the caravan?
I have
Not
no idea. I mean, there's nothing keeping them here if they just want to stand up and leave, though.
True.
It's not like this is a rescue mission. Also, can I say, I may want to conduct my own funeral in a few hours instead of Bort's, but I suppose we can't risk alienating our caravan.
No.
yeah, yeah, I guess it's worth sitting through the funeral for him. But it's... I'm more worried about tomorrow.
Yes. If this is the riskier version of that case, I died like 3 times today. I mean, I'm assuming that's what death was like. It's a little bit troubling for fiend-blooded people.
You weren't far. That's
Yes.
for sure. You weren't far away from that.
Reminded me to thank my father's side of the family at some point for the, visions of hellfire and so on.
So, if we can't get some help from the city, I don't think throwing ourselves into a suicidal situation is going to do anyone any good.
I suppose scouting the situation isn't going to kill us, at least less likely. Assuming, horrifying tree men aren't next.
Please don't. Don't give anyone listening idea.
I'm just going to start carrying rocks around because rocks appear to be our friends. They don't try and kill us.
Yet. I don't know if alchemy works on rocks, but if it does, then I'm not counting out anything.
Well, I guess I'll take a look at your guys' bandages one more time before we have that funeral.
Yeah. Feel free to
Good plan.
roll healing for them all. You have enough time to check everybody.
Somebody gets a whopping 4 hit points. Somebody else gets 15 hit points.
Sprenya gets the 4 since she's the lowest. I mean, what?
Get thanked.
Yeah, it's just...
Somebody can get 8 or 10.
I'll take the 10 because it'll put me at 1 less than full.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I think I'm
And-
basically full still, so
Leandra
Yeah.
never got hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she can have the 4. Sprenya can have the 15. I'll take the 12.
Thank you.
I'll take 10.
That'll get us all within 2.
Yeah.
Then we have nice looking bandages now, so we don't look horribly. We don't look like shuffling zombies.
None of my clothes are any good anymore, so I will change them.
Well, you go...
I get out an identical looking lab coat.
You get changed, change out bandages, and after the fussing with everyone's bandages and getting changed out of clothes and everything else, and relaxing a bit, here comes a knock on your door. And Tamley says, "We are heading to the funeral now. If you would like to join."
Yeah, we'll be right down.
Very well. And she heads out. Just downstairs.
Once I get all my stuff together, I will also follow.
Okay. Well, as you get downstairs, and the caravans gather there, dressed in the nicest clothes they have, and all looking fairly somber. You head out to a small graveyard near that ruined church you had seen. And there is an open grave with a fairly nicely carved tombstone, and a nice, if a little bit simple, wooden box next to it. There is doesn't seem to be a priest or anything there, but it looks like a couple of the townsfolk have also gathered around. Not a ton, but a few people that probably just had done business with him or just had been drinking buddies. It's hard to tell which. Tamily walks up and kind of touches the casket and just says, "Goodbye, old friend," and proceeds to start to give some funeral rites. Roll me a religion check, anyone who would want to.
all right, just 1 minute.
I'm not paying anywhere near enough attention to roll a religion check.
Sure.
I
21 total.
Okay.
got an 8 on mine, so
You don't Morgan, you don't recognize the funerary rites. You remember that Torag is a dwarven god. But Sherry, you recognize these as the traditional funeral rites of at least an approximation of the funeral rites of a priest of Abadar. So you would imagine that Bort was probably a worshiper of Abadar, and thus is being given a funeral suitable to worshippers of him.
Cool. I will join in appropriately.
Tamley will nod at you, kind of like appreciatively, and come up and say, "Yes, I did not realize you were also of Abadar. I'm sorry if we've been a bit distant, but if you would not mind, could you conduct the funeral? You are a cleric, yes?"
Yes, I am, and I don't mind.
Excellent. I now know why Bort wanted to bring you along.
Yes.
And with that religion roll, you know the rites and manage to.
Yeah.
In fact, roll me a performance quickly.
Cool. Just one more. $20 total.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
give a very moving and very good funeral. You conduct it very well, and the caravan actually looks kind of surprised at first, but very kind of appreciative towards you. And after you are done, they all come up and thank you profusely for what you've done. And
Positive impression made.
they all kind of, after the gravedigger, who is that old dwarven man that had talked to you on the road about the church, I think.
Oh, okay.
There was that dwarven guy had brought up the church to you and mentioned that it's him. It seems to have been functioning as gravedigger for this, with the assistance of Ulf, and Ulf lowers the box into the grave and shovels the dirt back into place, while the rest of them start kind of gathering, and either Ulf or Ulf, you're not sure which, takes a bottle of some very nice, looks like some kind of very fine brandy, and opens it and starts pouring telling people that they should toast to Bort's memory. And starts, after the toast, starts sharing stories of Bort, and they start kind of just breaking off and talking about him. Tamley walks up to all of you and says, looking, a little bit puffy and a little red around the eyes, but composed, and says, "Thank you very much, and thank you for the service. That was excellent. I'm glad
My
that
pleasure.
I'm glad that he managed to get a proper burial. He deserved it. He was actually quite fond of you, all of you. I know that you did not know him for very long, but he had a good feeling about you. He liked you. And for bringing his killers to justice, for all you've done here, for the excellent sermon, and for everything you've done for us, I think that he would want you to have something to remember him by. So, each of you may take one of these." And she opens up a box filled with a large collection of rings.
Ooh.
Okay.
And
Just tell me which one has the dark speech of Mordor written on it.
all of them. All of them are just
Oh, good.
nothing but Dark Mordor speech. It's just... It's okay, Dave. You aren't one of the 9 mortal men.
I'm a tiefling. My great-grandfather was one of the 9 mortal
No,
men.
your great-grandfather lives in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie.
Written in old Elvish.
My point was, my family made that deal a long time ago. If
But yeah,
you're looking for the corruption of the bloodline, that's 4 or 5 generations back.
but no, they are all seem to be just magical rings of a fairly standard nature as far as you can tell, at least from a glance, which I am pulling up right now, if you will give me just a moment.
We have some super cool.
No. There we go.
Is it a ring of +1 level? Because that'd be super cool.
No,
We've only
that's
been
not.
level 2 for like a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's why I want to be level 3. Level 2 is not good.
So here is the rings.
The level where we almost got eaten by wolves.
And I will, So yes, you see these rings here. And she says, I would like each of you to be able to take one of your choice, whichever one you wish.
Do they do something?
They're all magical. I am not sure. Let me see. He had the list of their effects around somewhere. I apologize for having multiple of them. I'm going to be trying to do some cropping and stuff, but for now I need to leave that.
Time for Saima identifying.
Yes, indeed. So,
Do you need identify checks?
you can roll me any identify checks, yes. That would be good. As I quickly handle this, because I am bad and did not do this beforehand.
Super cool. I'm gonna assume this is Arcana.
Yes, it would be an Arcana check.
26. Can make a bunch of checks if you would like.
All right. With the 26, you can identify them, but Tamley goes and starts ruffling through some notes and stuff and pulls out this little paper and folds it and goes, I can tell you about whichever ring you wish to know about. This, you see the one, let's see. This is one of his favorites. He pulls out one of the small copper rings with a small ruby set in the center, with seemingly dwarven runes set on either side of where the ruby is set. This was what he called it his blessing. So Bort's blessing here is he'd put it on. You can understand, read, and speak a language of your choice. Every morning you get to choose whichever language you wish, and for the whole day you can get the ability to speak, read, and understand that language. In addition, it always seems to give you just a little bit more sway over whoever you're talking to. Makes you a bit
really?
better. It's a +1 to diplomacy checks.
Uh-huh.
This one here, and she pulls out the blue ring there, the blue-colored iron ring with the little decorative horns on the side and the red stone on the top. Wearing this ring is called Merchant's Guile. Makes you better at all sorts of verbal trickery. Whether it's trying to maybe hide a flaw or mislead someone just a little, or simply persuade someone that they might want to buy.
You know, I think Bort and I would have had much more in common than I originally thought.
I think you would have if you had had a bit more time to get to know him. Also, you can use this to determine if an item is magical simply by handling it. It does not really give you any information, but you will know if it is magical.
There's other
There's a
spells for that.
+2 item bonus to deception and diplomacy checks, but only if the associated check involves haggling or bargaining over a purchase or trade.
Okay. That's very cool.
This one here, picked up another one. It's a rose gold one with that somewhat kind of ominous-looking horned skull up at the top. The one up at the very top there.
So Al
This
gets
is
this
the
one.
Ring of Minor Arcana, it says it's called. Gives you power to cast a number of different cantrips. Looks like he listed them. Oh boy, your handwriting is terrible. Is Detect Magic, Mage Hand, and Prestidigitation.
That's pretty cool.
They only
Yeah.
are cast as the weakest that they can be, but is still handy.
Pretty good for someone who doesn't cast spells.
Exactly.
I like it.
This last one here, I remember when he got this one. He would have loved to have told you the story about it. Though he would have embellished it. That actually wasn't that interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like a board
This
story.
is the Ring of the Weary Traveler. And she pulls out the fanciful golden ring with a very ornate band. It's a swirling decoration, and it has 3 green emeralds inlaid in it. This one just allows you to just generally move just a little bit faster. You'll find that it's not going to be great at sprinting short distances or anything like that, but as you travel around, as you're moving, you find you just get places a little bit sooner than you would otherwise expect. It also allows you to reinvigorate yourself. After, you can use it to kind of refresh if you're feeling too tired. You get a 10-foot item bonus to your speed, but only when determining your overland movement per hour. And you can use a 3-action activation to refresh yourself from fatigue. For 10 minutes, you can ignore the penalties from the fatigue condition. It does not remove the condition, it merely suppresses the penalties and drawbacks of having the condition. If something would cause you to become fatigued again while the ring's power is in effect, the suppression ends and you just immediately take the same penalties you already had.
Sure.
Nice.
So for 10 minutes, you can just ignore fatigue. This one here, number 5, pulls out a simple kind of ring with no gemstones in it, but the band of it resembles a fanged wolf's head. This one allows you to, if you, one time every day, you can meditate upon this when you're getting ready in the morning. And it just makes you a little bit stronger, a little tougher. You can just endure more. Almost like you have some kind of second skin. Once per day, during daily preparations, you get 5 temporary hit points. Which lasts until the next daily preparation. The Stalwarts Ring. And this last one, Warrior's Training Ring. Pulls out the ring. It's kind of that utilitarian design, decorated only with a simple, sharp-edged sculpture in the center. Wearing this just makes you better at fighting. You will be better at fighting with just about everything, except for the things you're best at, unfortunately. It is. In addition, you can make it with make yourself much better for a single attack. Wearing the ring, you add your level to your attack rolls with all weapons with which you are untrained. And once per day, when you make an attack with a weapon with which you're untrained, you can give yourself a +2 circumstance bonus to the attack roll.
Okay.
If you're an expert in any weapon, you get a +4 bonus to that attack roll instead.
Right. So it gives you your proficiency level for one attack.
Yes.
Okay.
And you get your level to all things you're untrained with,
Mm-hmm.
though not the proficiency. You may each take any one of these, and hopefully it will help you on your journeys.
I am definitely interested in that magical one. Gives you the additional spells if nobody has any objections.
Please,
Oh.
most of us are already doing some form of magic.
Sprenya, is that okay?
Yes.
Awesome. No, I'm really glad I didn't take detect magic at level 1 as a
Yeah.
I can detect magic and read aura. It also had prestidigitation, and what was the last one?
Mage hand.
Mage hand.
You detect magic, mage hand, and prestidigitation.
Sort of the trifecta of utility cantrips.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the magic Swiss Army knife.
I'll take languages if no one wants it.
Yeah, you want it for the languages, sure.
Yes, I'm very literate.
Bort's blessing. Well, he certainly would have given you it.
Mage hand, prestidigitation, and
So, yep, you have Bort's blessing. You can, in the morning, choose a language, and you speak that language.
And it
And
gives
you-
a bonus to diplomacy, you said?
It's a +1 item bonus to diplomacy checks to make an impression.
To make an impression. Okay. That should be fine.
What are the ones that are left?
You've got haggling. You've got temporary hit points. You've got weapon proficiency. And
Overland travel speed. And
overland
ignoring
travel speed, yeah.
Can I try weapon proficiency?
So that you can like pick up chairs and hit people with them.
Yes.
I like it.
Sure. So you take the warrior's training ring. And Leandra, what is your decision here?
if you want it.
I'm torn between a couple of them. I'm torn between Weary Traveler and the Haggling one.
The haggling one's fun.
We're a traveler and which one?
The Haggling one.
Oh, I mean, I feel like a priest of Abadar getting a haggling ring seems
Pretty good.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I think
kind of
I'll
why,
grab.
like, I was thinking about taking that one because it, does deception.
There's
things,
also the one
but-
that gives you 5 health. So
Yeah, that's true, but that one's boring.
it is.
I think I'll take the Haggling one.
Okay.
What does
Merchant's
that one do?
Guile. It gives you a +2 item bonus to deception and diplomacy checks, but only if the associated checks involve haggling or bargaining over a purchase or trade. In addition, you can determine if an item is magical simply by handling it. You do not get any other indication of its power, only whether or not it's magical.
Sure.
And what's it called?
Merchant's Guile.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take that one.
Okay. Very good. Well, hope these will serve you well. I think is going to. I think Bort would have liked to have known that
Thank you very much.
he was able to at least help you avenge himself.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Well, I understand that you had a rather rough day. Looking forward to getting to some rest.
Yes, one might say.
We will likely be up late this evening sharing stories, but you do not have to join us if you are tired. Feel free to head back and rest or stay up with us. Your decision either way.
Springy is going to rest.
Yeah.
Seriously considering staying up and finding someone to have random meaningless sex with.
Now that you have the ring of diplomacy.
It wasn't really part of the plan.
Gonna make an impression.
Look, I need some life affirming here.
Meanwhile, Calric, I can make my hair blue now. Now I can make it green. How do you guys not go insane having access to magic like this all the time? He's got all of his life affirming.
Just wait till he meets the gnome that can do that without the ring.
Look, I can pick up
That's
the cup, and then I can put it back down.
60% of all gnomes.
All right. Well, those of you that are going to sleep, head back and go to sleep, while Al
Tries to get his rocks off.
goes and finds
Wow.
himself a pretty young farm
Listen,
girl.
you're the one that
Al.
wanted to say that you were just going to.
Al
find
is a
something.
gentleman. He does not get his rocks off.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's stones. Sorry.
He makes
Impression.
yes,
He
he
makes
makes
an impression.
a meaningful connection with another consenting adult, and then forgets that connection ever happened next week. It's
It's a one night stand.
much more dignified.
Well, there are a number of... There's a lot of alcohol being passed around and a lot of fun Bort stories being shared.
So you won't need that ring.
Tamley is seeming to... It seems like has found a bit of closure after all of this, even without the ultimate mystery being solved, and she's, laughing along with everyone else, sharing stories. Even Glunda, the gnome druid, seems to have kind of joined in with other people and is, sharing some of her stories and such. And there's definitely some of the people from the town around, some merchants and shopkeepers, pretty young farm girls, pretty young farm boys.
Not picky. I did roll a 26, however. So
You get to decide who you are wooing.
okay.
Ulf and Ulf are, probably a package deal, but that might not be a bad thing.
I don't trust them enough. I don't trust anybody.
The advantage of
There's-
town people is that the town people won't be following us later.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take a random townie.
Okay. You have met up with, there's a random farmhand.
What was the
He's a
stable keeper's name?
this
We talked.
Delma.
No.
Edra wife, the halfling lady who took care of the stables.
Was she a halfling? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. She seemed nice.
She's there. She liked Bort. He was one of the people who, stopped in town and actually spent time talking with him. And she liked Glunda a lot, since Glunda kind of liked company of animals more than people and spent time out there. Yeah, Edra's nice, and she, she's definitely rosy-cheeked and red in the face after having several glasses of that really good brandy. Which, if you have some, it really is very good brandy. It's some top-shelf stuff.
I'll drink Kribus.
And she is
After several other people have drank it, so I'm sure it's
She
not
is-
full of poison.
very receptive.
Still life affirmation occurs.
Yes. And
And we all move on.
after a lovely night, which only some of which was spent on a, bale of hay in the stables,
Yes.
you all wake up to the noticeable absence of Al who, when you head downstairs, comes in from outside somewhere, having presumably been at Edra's house. And I think that is a good time to call it a night as you wake up the next morning.
Gonna
Good
go get
plan.
murdered in the forest.
Yeah. All right.
What is that?
Thank you all
There's a
for
horrible hookup.
joining us. And that was, I think, all we're going to be able to do for now, but we will be back with more Fall of Plaguestone next week, 4 o'clock.
Where we will be murdered by squirrels and bluebird.
they have to fight the mutant squirrels, the army of mutant squirrels that have learned kung fu. The kung fu.
Will be slayed by unusually large butterflies.
Amelie's army of mutants, kung fu squirrels. Yeah, I think that just for anyone that wasn't here at the very beginning, Dave, why don't you go over quickly the
Yes.
shelter in play?
Yeah. So we want to let everybody know about this really cool project that's been going on. It's called Shelter in Play. It's a bundle of tabletop RPG products put together by 17 indie RPG developers who got together and put together a set of their family-friendly and accessible to young kids products designed to allow families to... Oh, that is flipped in the wrong direction.
I don't know why, but it is now not. I have fixed it.
Cool.
I am as confused as you are as to why that was backwards. That was not
very
what
odd.
I was expecting to have a problem with.
Anyway, so they put together this bundle of their family-friendly, kid-accessible products so that families can get together and spend quality time together and introduce their young children to this hobby, or just kind of like play some fun games together.
Yeah.
We've only had, as a group, experience with one of these things in there, but it was a fantastic experience. So for that alone, the $10 is worth it. And altogether, it's something like $180 worth of tabletop RPG stuff. And it is in support of Extra Life and Child's Play, which are 2 charities that do some excellent work. So we highly recommend that you check it out. There's some links down in the description below. Off the top of my head, I do not know how long it is going on. But I would definitely recommend checking it out.
Yep.
So that's my
It is a... Yeah, I bought it, and it's an excellent value. And the games are fun. Like we've played Power Outage. It's actually up on our YouTube if you want to check out our YouTube. And we had a blast with that game.
Yeah, cannot recommend it enough.
So
it is definitely kid accessible and kid friendly, but it is not kid specific. You adults absolutely can have fun playing this game. And it, like any other system, can do whatever you want it to do.
Yep.
Like most systems, it's best run with a couple wrenches and a crowbar nearby.
Do we have any other announcements we're trying to make? I think nothing coming up. We have
specifically.
We are doing community games on Mondays and Thursdays on our Discord. So feel free to come in and just play games with us. If you're looking for a gaming group, maybe your current one can't meet up due to the quarantine, or maybe you're just looking for something to do online that you want to have fun with. We do community games, and we'd love to have you join us for it. Because the more people, the better. And we also have all of our social media. We have Discord, obviously. Our Discord is very active. We spend a lot of time on there, actually. It's actually a pretty fun place. We do a lot of stuff on Twitter. All of our episodes are uploaded onto YouTube. So if you want to see any of the previous episodes, or if you want to see our normal show when we are not all quarantined and are able to be together, that's all up on YouTube as well. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Patreon. We have a Patreon page. Any donations you can give to us would be greatly appreciated. We use that to upgrade the quality to give a better show for you. So anything you can throw there would be really helpful. And other than that, just hope to see you around. Give us a follow. Give us a subscription. If you have Twitch, Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. And we would love to take that Twitch Prime off your hands. We have some really cool emotes even. Come get a magic missile and a die emote. So, yeah. Other than that, I think that that's about it. If you don't have anything else.
Yay.
So just thank you everyone for
We
coming.
survived another day.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you all around next time. And until then, keep your friends close and your dice closer. Have a good day, guys.